yards and 19 touchdowns a year ago. Now, against Stuttgart a year ago, he had 25 carries for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also completed a pass. That was back to the quarterback for 5 yards. He's a force on defense as well, Brent. I saw he had a pick 6 last week against Star City.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, he can do it all out there. And, it's going to be imperative for that Riceboro defense to, when they hit him, get him down on the ground immediately, gang tackle him and get him down on the ground.
Going to hit him low, got to wrap him up,
yep.
Got to gang tackle him. We've heard Coach Price say that a couple of times already this season. In addition, and you mentioned he does a lot of things, he also handles kickoff duties and extra points. Now, they struggled with extra points a couple of weeks ago, and that may have been the difference in the Warren game, but they looked much better against Star City last week. Now, like Graham, most of the Dragons play on offense and defense, and one name you'll likely hear called a lot is junior Cameron Mitchell, 5'10", 170 pounds. He may not leave the field on defense, and he assists at running back and fullback on offense. He's one of those guys that we refer to as both a playmaker and a play stopper. Getting ready here for the national anthem here at Ned Mosley Stadium, so we're going to step away here on the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show, and we'll have our invocation, and we'll be back in 4 minutes.
Looking for your dream home? Let Brothers Realty make it a reality. From charming starter homes to spacious family houses, Sandra Brothers and her experienced team are here to guide you every step of the way. Thinking of selling? They'll help you get top dollar for your property. Visit their new location at 2006 South Main Street in Stuttgart. Browse listings online at brothers-realty.com or call 870-659-4218 today. Brothers Realty, your trusted partner in Southeast Arkansas real estate.
Are you tired of unreliable internet service? Do you constantly run over your data plan? Are you having trouble getting internet service where you live? With TechStream high-speed internet, you'll get consistent high speeds and low latency that doesn't stop at city limits. TechStream high-speed internet is perfect for homes, small and large businesses, farmers, and hunting clubs. You'll be able to stream, game, and surf with no interruptions. Servicing Arkansas, Lone Oak, Prairie, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties. TechStream is your locally owned and operated high-speed internet solution. Call toll-free 866-268-0101 or visit techstream.net.
Get festive with Coker Hampton this October. We've got Halloween gifts, spooky decor, candy for the kids at the CH Candy Bar, and pharmacy essentials to keep your family healthy. Find us at 218 South Main Street in downtown Stuttgart. Call, text, or FaceTime the gift shop at 870-659-0777. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for fall fun.
Red River Ford Toyota is the fastest growing Toyota dealership in Arkansas. They also have those great Ford trucks and SUVs. Visit Red River at 1903 North Falls Boulevard in Wynn. Call them at 870-238-7770 or visit them online at redriverfordtoyota.com. You can even do everything online and they'll deliver your vehicle to you. And with many makes and models on their pre-owned lot, you're sure to find the vehicle that fits your needs. Red River Ford Toyota, 1903 North Falls Boulevard in Wynn, Arkansas.
Gear up. It's hunting season and Max Prairie Wings is looking for backup. We're hiring cashiers, sales associates, warehouse associates, customer service, and firearms team members. Be part of the action at America's premier waterfowl outfitter. Apply today in store at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart, Arkansas.
Whether you've got 100 acres to mow or just some brush out back, show Brush who's boss. Wood's line of rotary cutters match a variety of tractors and applications, so you can start clearing tall grass or tough brush right away. With high lift blades and deeper decks for a better overall cut quality, you won't find any other rotary cutters that keep your land in line like Wood's. Stop in to Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart to find the right Wood's rotary cutter for your next job.
A generator is one of those things you never think about until you really need it. Luckily, Durden's in Stuttgart is your local authorized Generac dealer, and that means we can sell, install, and provide warranty service on your generator. And that's a big deal because a generator is a big investment and you're depending on it to work properly when you need it. Call us today at 673-1356 to learn more about home backup options, portable generators, and even commercial options for your business. And let's save the candlelight dinners just for date night.
Durden's in Stuttgart. Guaranteed comfort since 1960.
Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Ricebird Sports. Producers is here for you year-round, providing the hometown service you desire. Producers supports community activities and is proud to be a part of the Grand Prairie. If you're enjoying this broadcast of Ricebird Sports, let our sponsors know, because without their support, this broadcast would not be possible. Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart, supporting the community and Ricebird Sports.
And we welcome you back to the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside Brent Whitman, and the DeWitt Band is performing their alma mater across the way, and the Stuttgart Ricebird Band is about to perform theirs. We've already had the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the invocation. Brent, let's go and finish up our talk about the DeWitt Dragons. You know, we were talking about Corey Graham just does everything for them, kickoff duties, extra points, and so forth. And like Graham, most of the Dragons play on offense and defense, but they've got some very capable receivers, and at receiver position, Ricebird's certainly going to have to watch for number 2, Travis London.
Yeah, you know, he played last year as well, you know, and did some damage, and he runs some out of the backfield, you know, and catches passes. He can do a lot on offense too.
He had one catch against Stuttgart a year ago for 28 yards and was all-conference a year ago with 27 catches for 464 yards and 4 touchdowns. Also, he plays free safety on defense, so he lends his expertise back there as well.
Yeah, you know, and they have a bunch of guys that play both ways, as you mentioned, you know, and that might come into play later on in the game there.
Yeah, no doubt. Up front, we're going to keep an eye on number 70, Jack Noble, the 5'9", 210-pound junior. He works on the line, and fun fact, he's the first cousin of Stuttgart's Keaton Byers. These two guys are the reason that their grandparents, Paula and Wendell Stratton, will have to sit in the end zone.
Wow, there you go. It's a house divided there.
It is a house. Well, that's exactly right. It's a grandparent house divided for sure.
Right.
But I can promise you that
the parents
Jack and Keaton's mamas, they're not divided there. Although I will, Stephanie's a Stuttgart Ricebird graduate, so I'll have to give her props on that there as well. This is going to be the 79th meeting all time between the Ricebirds and the Dragons. The Ricebirds lead the series 60-16, and there's been 2 ties in the past 10 years. However, since 2014, Stuttgart leads the series 5-3, and I expect a battle tonight as the Dragons are going to show up, Brent, with both nostrils flared, and they're going to be ready for action.
Yes, they will, no doubt about that. You know, just to get back to my point from a few minutes ago, you know, this is going to be another game tonight where the Ricebirds are going to have the numbers advantage on the Dragons, you know, and with as many players as they play both ways, you know, they might get a little worn down in the fourth quarter, you know, and if the Ricebirds can get a little lead on them, I think that'll really, really help.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's one great thing about the depth. 59 players on the Ricebirds roster, so that and very few of them go both ways, and some of them can, but very few of them will do that. So you're exactly right. Brent, last week the Ricebirds went on the road, and with the exception of a breakdown on a kick return, that's about as perfect game as you're going to see.
Yes, it would. Yeah, you know, it's one of the rare games where you can actually say it was over in the first quarter.
Yes, it was. That's exactly right. At the end of the first quarter, it was 31-0. I'm telling you, everything went right. The Ricebirds recovered a kickoff, an onside kickoff. They also recovered a fumbled cross at kickoff. The Ricebirds held cross at the 3-and-out until the end of the first quarter. And, gosh, you had Keaton Byers with a pick and a return. Also, Keaton caught a touchdown last week as well. And the Ricebirds had a big commanding 52-7 lead at the half and really started that mercy rule for the second half. And it couldn't have been a better weekend for that to happen, Brent, for you and I.
Hey, that's right. A long trip home for everybody from Stuttgart. And, you know, it was good to pick up that win. And, you know, I think I mentioned it last week, but when Crossett had their first play on their third possession, they were already down 31-0.
Wow.
So
that is a phenomenal stat.
That is.
And
crazy.
Speaking of phenomenal stats, Ricebirds put up some good numbers last week, primarily in the first half.
Yeah.
Kane Price passing really recovered from the week before.
Yeah, yes, he did. 14 out of 19, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns, four total touchdowns for Kane. Yeah, you know, he played well, and, you know, QT Johnson every week just brings it. 4 catches, 132 yards, a 24-yard and an 83-yard touchdown catch. Caden Sims with the touchdown, Keaton Byers with the receiving touchdown. And Taekwon Hall, he didn't get a lot of carries, but when he does, he makes the most of them. 7 carries for 54 yards.
You bet. 8 receivers caught passes last week for the Ricebirds, which is a season high.
Yeah, that's great when you spread the ball around. It keeps the defense guessing.
Right.
And, when you can pass like that, that only helps your running game.
No question. Also, something that the coaches love, Ricebirds got a defensive score last week.
Yes, they did. Well, yeah, and a special teams touchdown as well.
Yes.
Tristan Robinson with a late kickoff return for the touchdown.
Exactly. The defensive touchdown was a Cordero Berry fumble return for 28 yards. That put the Ricebirds up 45-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So just really an outstanding night for the Stuttgart Ricebirds against the Crossit Eagles a week ago in a game that Coach Price kind of had us a little concerned about. Thought, well, could be a trap game because Ricebirds are going to be favored. It's going to be a big emotional night for Crossit down there with homecoming, coming off of a big win, and thought that there was a good chance maybe that they might sneak up on the Ricebirds, but that didn't happen.
No, it didn't. And the Ricebirds just never let them in the game.
Right.
They went 3 and out on the first 2 possessions, and then the Ricebirds just kept scoring, and then they fumbled the kickoff, and the Ricebirds got an onside kick and scored again, and it was all over in the first quarter.
Dawson McKelvey could have scored a touchdown on the onside kick if you could return them.
Yeah, he could have. He picked it up, and he was off to the races.
Coach said that watching on the film, and he said, and noticed just as soon as he got up on the ball, their front line turned around and headed back into kick return mode. So he said that's when we decided we'd give it a try. He said, and it worked like a charm.
It sure did.
The Ricebirds and the Dragons are meeting at center field right now, and the coin toss, I just saw it go up in the air, and he is looking over to the DeWitt Dragons side and looking back to the Stuttgart side. So let's see who wins the toss and which end they'll be on here. Brent, do you have the captains for tonight's game?
I do have the captains. For the Dragons, it's number 33, Lane Lay, number 73, Judd Qualls, 67, Carson Riggins, and number 2, Travis London. For the Ricebirds, number 2, Jeremiah Jackson, number 3, Kane Price, number 74, Dagan Duncan, and number 7, QT Johnson.
And the Stuttgart Ricebirds apparently won the toss and deferred to the second half. And look at the crowd on the field for the Stuttgart Ricebirds, stretching out a tunnel coming out of the run-through, Brent, that starts inside the end zone and goes all the way down to about the 35. A huge crowd here on hand.
Yeah, it's a playoff type atmosphere here tonight.
That's a great way to put it, Brent. No question about that. We want to thank you for listening to the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show tonight. Freemeyer's, located on 2nd and Main in historic downtown Stuttgart. The fireworks are in the air here at Mosley Stadium, waiting for those Ricebirds to come busting out of their run-through, and they're going to come through a Battle of Arco paper run-through that the cheerleaders are holding up. I see the fog starting to come out of that tunnel, Brent. Here they go.
Yeah, that tunnel is rocking, and here come the Ricebirds.
Following the cheerleaders with the flags, and a lot of flipping as well for the cheerleaders. And I'm telling you what, the fans are high-fiving them, and it is an electric atmosphere here at Mosley Stadium. It's time for the battle cry. Kim Bethay, I got your message. The field is green, the stripes are white, and we're ready for the Battle of Arco on this Friday night.
Hey, and how about this weather? We have been lucky all season long with great weather, and we couldn't ask for more perfect weather tonight.
Absolutely not. There is just a hint of a breeze, but not much. And the Ricebirds showing off their new baseball field here on the south end as well. And the DeWitt Dragons will take the field. They're going to receive the opening kick. The Dragons are dressed in gold pants. They've got white jerseys with dark blue numbers. Their helmets are dark blue with dragons on them. The Stuttgart Ricebirds in their familiar home maroon. They've got maroon pants, maroon jerseys, white numbers. They've got white numbers on their shoulders. They've got on their helmet, they've got a stripe down the middle that starts wide in the front, goes to a point in the back. They've got the Flying Bird logo on one side and their jersey number on the other side, waiting for the Ricebirds to kickoff team to take the field. And we are just about set for 8-4A conference football playoff action tonight from Stuttgart. Glad to have you joining us on Country 97.3 FM and also on our EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Rice Birds YouTube channel.
And you know, and this is one of the few times I think this year where the Birds have actually kicked off. You know, it seems like we receive almost every week.
And they had that option because they
Yeah.
won the toss.
They
Rice
did.
Birds, number 10, is going to be kicking, and that, of course, is Dawson McKelvey. There's the whistle. Dawson moves up, puts his foot into it, end-over-end kick, and we are underway from Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. It's going to be taken at the 15, back across the 20, and good coverage by the Rice Bird special teams to bring the return man down at about the 22-yard line. Good job for the Rice Birds starting this one out.
Yeah, I think that was number 24 down there, Kaylon Owens. He took down number 6, Terrell Dale. Yeah, fantastic coverage, and the Dragons will start at their own 21 here, their first possession of the game.
From the far hash mark, Dragons will be moving from the left to the right. They'll be moving away from the new Rice Bird Arena. They'll be headed south here towards Lenox and towards that beautiful new baseball complex that's lit up down here to Brent and I's right. Here come the Dragons with 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation for the quarterback. Sends a man in motion from the slot on the right to the left. Takes, hands off, into the line. Rice Birds hit the ball, carry up the line of scrimmage, and bring him down for no gain.
All right, absolutely. Corey Graham took the ball, and he barely got a step before he was crushed. And it's going to be a big loss on the play, loss of about 3.
Back inside the 20 to the 17-yard line again from the far hash mark. The Dragons are going to be working from behind the sticks. 2nd down and 14.
And that was Trey Phillips on that tackle, Lynn.
Trey, another great job tonight so far. Here we go. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Ball's in the center of the field. Back to pass. Looking left, now looking right, now being chased, and just going to throw this one up and away, and that's got to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, that has to be grounding. He was not out of the tackle box, and there was nobody in the area.
Damari McKinney was bearing down on him, and Damari was chasing him back into the end zone for a safety.
It sure was, but they did not throw a flag. I don't know how they didn't throw one there.
I don't get that either. Now, there is some conversation.
Yeah, they are going to talk about it. But, the receiver on the near side was running away from the ball. He was running down the field. He wasn't hitting anywhere near the ball. But I don't think they're going to throw a flag now.
I don't see a flag either.
No.
So the Dragons catch a break there for sure.
They do.
They avoid the big sack, and they also avoid the penalty.
No.
Wait a minute.
He didn't throw a flag.
He did not throw a flag.
I still didn't see I didn't see him signal in intentional grounding.
I didn't either, and the ball's not where he threw it
No.
The ball's at the 11-yard line.
But they moved it back about 5 yards.
So it is 3rd down and 20. Back to pass, fires it out in the flats to Corey Graham, trying to turn the corner at the 10, gets across to the 13-yard line, and that's it. The Rice Bird defense swarms the Dragons, and 4th down and 18 coming up for the Dragons in a punting situation from their own 14-yard line.
Well, the Rice Bird defense doing a fantastic job there of everybody swarming to the ball right there. Just try to little dump off to Graham and let him run with it, but he only gained about 2 yards, and that defense was all over him. Looks like number 11? No.
Corey Graham is going to go back to punt. He's going to be standing back at his own 3-yard line awaiting the snap. Rice Bird defense in this opening possession has been tenacious. Graham gets his foot into it, a good kick, but it's going to hit at the DeWitt 41-yard line. Does a little sideways, out of bounds, takes a slight Rice Bird roll, and the Birds are going to have it. Great shape in DeWitt Dragon territory. They're going to have it 1st down and 10 at the Dragon 36-yard line for their first possession.
Yeah, there was the Birds absolutely did right by deferring there. They didn't take the ball, wanted to put the defense out there. Boy, and a fantastic start, a 3 and out, and the Rice Birds are going to start at the Dragon 36.
Christian Henson is the center. He's over the ball. Kane Price is the quarterback. From the far hash mark with a wide out to the left, that's QT Johnson. 1 wide out to the right, a slot on the right. Takes, hands off, into the line. breaks one tackle, breaks another, gets inside the 30-yard line. A nice gain, Brent, about 7 on first down for Taekwon Hall.
Yes, 7 yards for Taekwon Hall, and that's what I was talking about with you earlier. I would love to see the Ricebirds come out and just try to, start off on the ground there and see what they can do. Yep.
Absolutely. Hayden Prine is split wide to the right, QT Robinson to the left, but working from the far hash mark. Birds moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north. Man in motion, fakes to him, back to pass, airing it out long. QT Johnson is there. He's got it. Touchdown, Ricebirds! QT Johnson hauls in the Kane Price pass, and the Birds strike first.
26 yards on that one. QT had a couple steps on the Dragon D-back, and boy, Kane dropped it right in the breadbasket there, and QT has a Ricebird on the board on their second play of offense tonight. 6-0, the Ricebirds lead. We're at 9:28 here in the first quarter. Dawson McKelvey on to attempt the PAT. What a start for the Ricebirds.
Perfect start for the Birds on defense and offense.
Low snap.
But a good hold. Keaton Byers gets it there, and it is good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds draw first blood in the Battle of Arkansas County. They lead the DeWitt Dragons 7-0. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Running a business means finding the right people, and that's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. Whether you need full-time, part-time, or seasonal, Express has you covered. From office staff to skilled trades, Express matches the right talent to your needs quickly and efficiently. With offices in Stuttgart, Wynne, Helena, and Pine Bluff, they're ready to support your business no matter the size. And if you're looking for a job, Express is here for you too. For more information or to apply, call 870-672-4568 or visit expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, your staffing solution.
Welcome back to Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus Auto Group in Stuttgart. Dawson McKelvey puts his foot into it, end-over-end kicking for the second time tonight. This one's going to hit at about the 12-yard line. It's mishandled, picked up at the 15. Ricebird special teams are there, chasing the DeWitt Dragon return man out of bounds.
And that was 29 yards on the touchdown catch. Price to Johnson. So the Dragons will take over here. 9:19 left in the first quarter. There for their second possession. Their first possession went backwards. Fantastic series of downs by the Ricebird defense there, forced a 3-and-out.
Balls on the Dragons 23. First and 10 Dragons. Number 1, Graham on the carry. Brought down by number 9, Bogart.
Yeah, Ricebird defense again right there clogging up the hole. Nowhere to go for Graham. And, yeah, as you said, he makes it back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the play, so second down and long. Yes. Yes, he was. He was just about to get hit, as you said, and he still got hit when he got rid of it. But, yeah, that was number 9, Caden Golden, on the catch. He's going to pick up about 6.
Back
to the line from the far hash mark. Wide outs on each side. Almost a wishbone looking formation with the pistol. Takes hands off in your line, and what a collision. And it looks like the pile is going to push forward to the
Yep.
forward progress. This is going to be the first down of the night for the DeWitt Dragons.
You get Graham was going to have about 4 there, but boy, he made it about 2 yards and then took a lick, and then the pile just fell forward far enough for him to pick up the first down.
First down, Dragons.
formation. Takes, he's going to hand to the back on the left, trying to find a little room, and does find a little room. Turns the corner across the midfield. Riceburg is chasing him, and he is a handful to bring down all the way down to the Riceburg 25-yard line. Corey Graham on the carry.
Well, yeah, Lynn, he's one of those players like we talked about in the pregame. You can't just run up there and bump him and knock him down. You got to wrap him up and take his legs out from under him, because if you don't, he is going to keep his legs churning, and that is exactly what he did there. Good run.
Big crowd across the way of DeWitt Dragons fans, and they got on their feet for that one. First down and 10 for the Dragons. They flip the field now. They're at the Stuttgart 25-yard line. 7:57 to open quarter. Stuttgart leads 7-0. Dragons threatening. Wideouts on each side. Sends a slot in motion from the right to the left. Take, hand off to number 2. Trying to get the corner on the left side. Now cuts back into the line. Going to have some positive yardage inside the 20-yard line down to the clock.
Number 2, London on the carry for the Dragons.
Yeah, Travis London on the handoff around the left side. He just strung it out far enough to where he could cut up the field. He didn't have a huge hole there, but he strung it out far enough to the left to pick up 6 yards and a nice gain on first down.
Second and 3, Dragons.
Wideouts, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback in pistol formation. Running back lined up behind him. Takes a snap, rolls to the right. Look, he's got a man complete. Inside the 20 and going to be brought down. Riceburg wrapped him up and would not let go. Nice job defensively by number 14, Jordan Miner.
Yeah, Jordan Miner, fantastic tackle in space out there. One-on-one with London, wrapped him up, and it's going to be, maybe 1 yard gain is what we're going to give him on a play, but no more than that.
Another third and short. Corey Graham time here for
And number 14, Jordan Meyer.
Yeah. All right, 3rd down and 4 here. This is going to be Corey Graham time, I would expect. 4 down territory should be for the Dragons here.
from the near hash mark. Takes, hands off into the line. Corey Graham, look at that power running down about the 16-yard line.
Well, no, they're kind of, they backed it up.
Number 44, not Hillman for the Riceburg.
Yeah, just a gain of only about 1. It's going to bring up 4th down now. 4 down territory, no doubt about this, for the Dragons. So a big play upcoming here.
Cox. And timeout on the field. Timeout to win. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. Stuttgart Riceburg football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network. Back in 30 seconds.
We're able to bring you Stuttgart Riceburg football every Friday night thanks to our great sponsors like Arkansas Senator Ronald Caldwell. Senator Caldwell is a strong supporter of high school athletics and believes in its power to develop our young men and women. Senator Caldwell proudly serves District 10, which includes Arkansas, Jackson, Cross, St. Francis, Lee, Monroe, Woodruff, Prairie, Poinsett, and Lonoke counties. Senator Ronald Caldwell, proud sponsor of Stuttgart Riceburg football.
And we welcome you back to Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, site of tonight's 8-4A conference matchup between the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the DeWitt Dragons. The Ricebirds have a 7-0 lead with 5:51 to go in the opening quarter. DeWitt Dragons facing a 4th down and about 3 from the Stuttgart 18-yard line. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman, working through some technical difficulties. Sorry about that, guys, but we are on top of that. Big play in this game early on. DeWitt, 4th down and 3 from the Stuttgart 18-yard line. The quarterback, Zay Cox, number 7, takes a snap. He's going to roll to his left, getting some pressure now, looking. He's got a man. It is complete inside the 10-yard line. 1st down and goal coming up for the DeWitt Dragons. Once again, Cox was about to be hammered, Brent, but he finds a man and gets it complete.
Yeah, to Travis London, Landon Boyd. Ethan Boyd was back there. It looked like he might be able to get a hand on the ball, but just unable to do it. And, boy, a big gainer there for the Dragons.
1st down, goal to go for DeWitt from the Stuttgart 7-yard line. From the far hash mark, moving from the left to the right. Handoff right into the line. Power inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line.
That's Graham on the carry. And he's going to take it down to just inside the 4.
Several Ricebirds in on the stop, including number 1, Damari McKinney. Second down, goal to go from the Stuttgart 3-yard line for the DeWitt Dragons. Wide outs on each side. 2 backs flanking the quarterback. Takes, hands off to Graham on the left side. He's powering his way close to the goal line. Looks like going to be just a little bit short, bringing up now a 3rd down and probably less than a yard.
Yeah, I thought he might have made it in there, but I guess his knee hit just a little early. But yeah, the ball is just outside of the goal line here.
3rd down, goal to go. Of course, 4 down territory here. Everybody's in tight and into the end zone. Touchdown, DeWitt. They're within a point of tying this one up.
I think that was just Cox. Yeah, Cox on the quarterback keeper with the little Philadelphia Eagle tush push there. And boy, what a big 4th down conversion there. 4th down and 3 for the Dragons. Cox rolled out kind of with a little run pass option there and had to get rid of it. And it looked like the Ricebirds were maybe going to be able to swat that ball down, but boy, Travis London was kept his eyes open, concentrated, and made that big catch at the 7.
Corey Graham's on to attempt the extra point. Holding will be number 8, Landon Graham. It's been an adventure the last couple of weeks for the kicking team, and just did get it off, and it is good. And a bad snap, but
it
great
looked
job.
like it could have been blocked.
Yeah, exactly. But the ball goes straight up, and it goes through the uprights, and we've got a tie game. 4:31 to go here, opening quarter. Stuttgart and DeWitt tied at 7. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Since our founding in 1945, Farmers and Merchants Bank has held strong to our commitment to innovation, community investment, and personalized service. Over the past 80 years, we have worked alongside Arkansas on lending experts in the latest in modern financial solutions. Farmers and Merchants Bank, in your corner in our community, helping your business succeed every step of the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. 3 locations, including Japco on 13th and Park Avenue. Great time to go by there and pick up a trailer. Also, they've got deer feeders, deer stands as well, and a good selection of some nice used vehicles, as well as the other 2 locations out across from Max Prairie Wings for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. 19th and Main for Chevrolet and GMC. Petrus Auto Group, they got you. They got your transportation needs covered on the Grand Prairie. A short kick, and the DeWitt Dragons are going to come out of it, and they're going to have a good field position at the Ricebird 43-yard line.
Yes, they are. Just kind of a kick that kind of scooted along there, and it looked like that was Jamarion Horde there. Just kind of got it on like a funky bounce, and just couldn't come up with it, and it bounced back towards the Dragons. So they are back in business here.
Coach Price cautioned against the kicking game. He said you're going to see a little bit of everything from it. And right there, the DeWitt Dragons capitalize. They get the onside kick, which really probably wasn't called an onside kick attempt. Right. But they've got it right in front of Brent and I's broadcast position here. 1st down and 10 at the Stuttgart 44-yard line. Zay Cox, quarterback.
Yeah. Sorry, Lynn, there. But the center moved the ball and didn't snap it, so that's going to be a false start there. Going back to that kick, they kicked that ball hard enough to where that might be better for Horde just to let it go.
Yeah,
because it might have would have gone another 10 or 15 yards down the field there.
Great point, Brent. 5-yard penalty against the Dragons is going to move the ball back to the Stuttgart 49-yard line. 4:28 to go, opening quarter. We're all tied at 7 here in the Battle of Arkansas County. DeWitt Dragons with the ball. They get the first turnover of the night, and they've got the ball in Ricebird territory. Number 7, Zay Cox is the quarterback. Takes, hands off into the line, get hit at the line. Corey Graham and the Ricebirds, about 4 of them have had a shot at him. Finally gets wrestled out of bounds, primarily by number 14, Jordan Miner. Also out there for the Birds, number 50, Trey Phillips.
Well, they're trying to grab his shoulders, and you just cannot do that. You got to get his waist and his legs, or he's going to keep those legs pumping. He's a strong kid, and he will keep it going as long as he can. He picked up about 9 on that one.
Moves it down to the Stuttgart 41-yard line. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Dragons. Clock rolls under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. We're all tied at 7. The Dragons break the huddle to the line. 2 wide outs to the left. Now it's going to be 3, maybe 4 wide outs to the left. Empty backfield. 1 wide out to the right. And there's a whistle and a penalty marker.
It's going to be a delay of game or a timeout. Looks like a timeout, Dragons.
Timeout, DeWitt. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with him. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
Lead Pearson Company, 209 North Burkle in Stuttgart, assist you in the design and construction of your next pre-engineered steel building. From mini storage to office building, farm shop to factory, warehouse to airplane hangar. Talk to the professionals at Pearson Company today. Take advantage of their 30 years in the construction industry and know they will do the job the way it's supposed to be done, right the first time. Contact Pearson Company, 209 North Burkle in Stuttgart, offering complete construction services for over 30 years.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird Football, powered by Petrus Auto Group in Stuttgart. DeWitt Dragons have just used their second timeout of the first half with 3:38 to go in the first quarter. We're all tied at 7. Quickly fires out into the flats. The Ricebirds have it defended very well and going to bring him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and there's a flag came in on the far side of the field there as well.
All right, let's sort that out.
Yeah. It's going to be a loss on the play, on the pass out in the flat to Graham. He's going to lose about 2 yards, but let's see what the flag is. It's going to be either 3rd down and about 8, or it looks like it's on the Dragons.
It is on the Dragons, and he's out talking with Coach Price to see what Coach Price wants to do.
Yeah, and if that's a 10-yard penalty, you got to back them up.
Yes, exactly, and I think that's the –
yes, it's a hold.
That's the gist of what I caught from what I could see from up here from Coach Price. It is a hold against the Dragons, and that'll move it back into Dragon territory. 3:32 to go here, opening quarter. We're tied at 7. Ricebirds held DeWitt 3 and out on their first possession. They marched it right down the field in a couple of plays, and then DeWitt comes right back on the strength of a long Corey Graham run, moves it into Ricebird territory, and then methodically pounds it into the end zone. Zy Cox back to pass, airs it out long, and overthrows intended receiver. Good coverage down there. Keaton Byers was there, along with, I believe, Brylan Hogan over there as well.
Yeah, you know what? If that's the 3rd time now where Cox has just barely gotten that pass off before getting sacked, and he did a good job there just to get it off. But
he stands in there.
He does. he does. But now it's 3rd down and long now for the Dragons.
50 Trey Phillips checking out for the Ricebirds. Big play defensively now for the Ricebirds.
It is.
3rd down and 20. Coming up for the Dragons. 3 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. Cox sends a man in motion. That's Graham. Graham turns up field before the ball was snapped, and here's a pass, incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th down now and 20. Good coverage right in the middle there by the Ricebirds, primarily Bo Barnes in there.
Yeah, they tried just a quick screen pass right over the middle there, but the Ricebirds D-line was all over that and batted down. So, 4th down and 20. So, after the Dragons recover that onside kick, they go backwards, and they're going to go 3 and out here.
Corey Graham is going to be into punt. He's going to be standing back at his own 35-yard line. Keaton Byers back deep for the Ricebirds, standing at his own 26-yard line. Dragons get all the right personnel in. High snap back to Graham, but he gets it off, but a terrible kick.
Get away, Ricebirds.
And they do have to watch it because it's going to take a big Ricebird bounce, and the Birds are going to have it at their own 49-yard line. There to down it was Ray Fry, number 11 for the DeWitt Dragons, but bad punt. And that may have something to do with that high snap back to
giving up the turnover on the onside kick there on a 4-yard punt straight up in the air by Graham. They're going to take it over here with a pretty good field position at their own 49.
Ricebirds then dodge the bullet of giving up that kick, the fumble on the kickoff. Here come the Ricebirds for their second possession. Kane Price, quarterback, standing back at his own 43-yard line, shotgun formation. He's got 2 wide outs to the left. takes, hands off, coming in to the near side and going to be brought down. Nice play defensively against Taekwon Hall by number 3, Cameron Mitchell. We talked about Cameron Mitchell, Brent, in the pregame, and he's a hoss all over the field for the DeWitt Dragons.
Oh, yeah, he came through there untouched that time and brought down Taekwon Hall before Taekwon could get going. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 14 now for Stuttgart.
4-yard loss back to the Ricebird 45-yard line. Empty backfield, 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right, slot on the right, sends Hall in motion. And now a whistle before the snap, illegal procedure against the Ricebirds is going to back them up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, so the Ricebirds are now going backwards on this possession. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 19. Although 2nd down and 19 for Stuttgart might not be quite as tough as it would be for the Dragons.
That's exactly right. From close to the near hash mark, Birds here in the first quarter moving from the right to the left, dressed in their all maroon. The Dragons with gold pants and white jerseys. Blue helmets with gold trim. Price now stands up, looks to the sideline. Trots over that way. Still plenty of time on the play clock at 10. Everybody's set. Low snap, takes hands off, looking for a little seam in the middle, and just not much there. A lot of grabbing for the ball, and they do bring him down just across the 40-yard line, Taekwon Hall.
Yeah, that low snap might have kind of throwing off the timing just a little bit there, and Hall got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. So now it's 3rd down and long here, and I would think if the Ricebirds could pick up 10, 11 yards here, they might be tempted to go for it, but let's see what happens here.
From the Ricebird 40-yard line, they've got to get to the 41 of the DeWitt Dragons for a 1st down. Back to pass. Kane Price looking, got a little room. Now he's going to tuck it and run and going to be brought down at the Ricebird 45-yard line. After a short gain, it's going to bring up now 4th down and 14 for the Birds.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a punting situation there. Kane had to step up in the pocket just a little bit early there, and he tried to run for it and picked up 5, but well short of the 1st down.
Hayden Prine been nursing a leg injury, but he is out there to punt. I watched him in warm-ups and doing a great job. He's going to be standing back at his own 33-yard line awaiting the snap. Number 2, Travis London, back deep for the Dragons. He's standing back at his own 20-yard line. Good snap. Puts his foot into it, a low knuckleball. It's going to hit. Take a great Ricebird roll inside the 15 and all the way down to about the 12-yard line, and that's where the Ricebirds down it. And that's where the Dragons will have it, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, the Dragons, have pretty much done, I think what they wanted to do in the first quarter here. They ran the ball. Matched the Ricebirds touchdown with the touchdown, taking a lot of time off the clock here, and it's a tie ball game here with 47 seconds left in the first quarter.
You made a good point about taking a lot of time off the clock, and that's one of the things they want to do. They like to shorten the game,
right.
and that ground and pound offense will do that. Here come the Dragons as they break the huddle. They'll come up. The ball is placed at the Dragon 13-yard line, 1st down and 10 from the far hash mark. Wide outs on each side. Take, handoff. Into the line, running room, breaks into the secondary, and the Ricebirds just do trip up Corey Graham as he tumbles out across the 35, and another big gainer for the DeWitt Dragon outstanding running back.
Yes, it is, Lynn. If he hadn't stumbled there, he might have taken that one to the house.
Moves the ball out to the 38-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Dragons. 33 seconds to go, opening quarter. Handoff, Graham once again. I see Bo Barnes wrapping him up there, and several other Ricebirds assisting to bring him down.
And that's the thing, Lynn, about Graham, is you don't see him take a lot of pitches out wide.
No,
it's mainly right up the middle.
That's exactly right. Good job by that DeWitt line, opening him up a little bit of a seam, because if he can just get a little bit of a seam, he can usually stick his foot in there. And that was probably the last play of the first quarter. It is. This one is going to wind down to all zeros in the first quarter. We've got 1 quarter in the books. The Stuttgart Ricebirds and the DeWitt Dragons were all knotted up at 7 in a big 8-4A conference matchup. We're back with 2nd quarter Stuttgart Ricebird football action on Country 97.3 in 1 minute.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now, Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's at 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
Great coaches know that success on the field takes more than just athletic ability. It takes a winning strategy. And at Southern Bancorp, we believe the same applies to banking. Whether you need competitive rates on loans and accounts to keep you in the game, or financial tools like credit counseling and homebuyer education to move the ball down the field, we can help. Visit banksouthern.com today and let's build your winning strategy. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Cited tonight's 8-4A conference matchup between the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the DeWitt Dragons. Ricebird football powered by Petrus Auto Group in Stuttgart. DeWitt, as we start the second quarter, has the ball. 2nd down and 5. Handoff, Corey Graham starting right. Now right back up into the line. And again, he just kind of dancing over people, and he gets inside Ricebird territory down to the 47-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for the DeWitt Dragons as they continue their ground and pound.
Yeah, eight more yards for Graham, 11 carries, 85 yards for Graham. Lynn, and a scoring update from Hamburg. Hamburg leads Warren late in the first quarter, 22-7.
Wow. Let's see if the Lumberjacks can find a way to come back from this one. We got a good one here in Arkansas County. Stuttgart and DeWitt all tied at 7. DeWitt Dragons with the ball. 1st down and 10 in Ricebird territory. Airs it out long. Ricebird coverage is there, and it's going to be intercepted
yes.
by the Ricebirds.
Intercepted. Who's that?
Briley Hogan?
Brylan Hogan, number 19. Brylan Hogan, fantastic coverage there. He actually had to step out.
He did.
Out in front of the Dragon receiver that time. McCox laid it out there just a little bit too long, and Brylan Hogan with a diving interception. What a play there to stop that Dragon drive, Lynn.
It really was.
You know, and that goes back to what I'm thinking of. If it ain't broke,
why try to fix it?
Yeah, why do you pass when you're just running it right down the field?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take it.
You bet. Ricebirds will have it. 1st down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Kane Price from the far hash mark is at quarterback. Takes hands off right up into the line. Just a little bit of running room across the 15 out to the 16-yard line on the carry. Taquan Hall.
He's going to make it look like all the way out to the 17. He's going to have almost 5 on 1st down. So nice 4. We'll give him 4 on 1st down. So not bad for Taquan Hall on 1st down.
2nd down and 6 for the Ricebirds. Again, working from the left to the right on your radio dial. That's from the north to the south here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Wide outs on each side, but he's going to take and hand off once again. Taquan Hall's got some running room across the 20, out 25, still on his feet, 30, and out to the 34-yard line before the DeWitt Dragons drag him down. Taquan Hall.
Taquan Hall getting some holes here and getting a little bit of momentum going forward now. And the Ricebirds all the way out to the 35 here. Nice run by Hall of 19 yards.
1st down and 10 for the Birds. Still working from the far hash mark again, moving from the left to the right. Headed south here at Mosley Stadium. Price takes. He's going to hand off a little. No, he's going to actually keep it. Faked me out. Keeps it around the right side. Now we got a penalty marker coming in. He gets out across the 40 out to the 44-yard line, but this one likely is going to come back.
Yeah, probably so. He threw it right in the area of the holding on the line. Yeah, and that is the indication. Holding on Stuttgart, so it's going to back him up 10.
He did a nice fake, too, to Taquan.
He did.
Faked me out, and he kept the ball coming around to the near side, turned the corner, had some good yardage for the Ricebirds, but holding penalty is going to negate that. It's going to move the ball back to the Stuttgart 32-yard line. It's going to bring up now 1st down and 13. Ball penalty marked off from the spot of the foul.
Yep.
QT Johnson in motion, hand to him on a little speed sweep, trying to get the corner, 30, 35, 40, and he's going to have close to 10 yards. Going to still be short of a first down, but a nice gain by QT Johnson, lining up at the wideout on the right side, just a little speed sweep.
Yeah, 10 yards on that one's going to bring up 2nd down and 4.
Let me ask you, Brent, does that go as a pass?
It goes as a pass.
Because
he pitches it forward.
He pitches it forward.
Yes, it does go as a pass.
2 wideouts to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Handoff, Taquan Hall looking for a little seam. He breaks through. Oh, my goodness. He was one man from getting down to the house.
Absolutely, he was. To give the Dragons credit there for just trip him up. At the 47, but boy, he was almost picking his dance there in the end zone. He will check out now. Jeremiah Thomas will check in.
Birds move it into DeWitt Dragon territory at the Dragon 47-yard line. Still operating from the far hash mark. Here come the Birds. Single back. That's Thomas. Just puts his head down, powers his way into the line, and he's going to have a first down all the way down to the 36.
Yeah, he's going to pick up 12, and the Birds moving the ball well on the ground here, but the Dragons are really going for that ball there, trying to strip it. So the Birds really need to take care of that ball.
We got wideouts on each side. Single back standing to the right of the quarterback. Kane Price, shotgun formation, and DeWitt jumps off sides. Yep. And that should be a free 5 for the Rice Birds.
It should be, yeah. A little bit of a hard count there. And
that was Corey Graham that jumped off for the DeWitt Dragons.
Yep, that hard count got him there. Corey tried to get in there just a little bit early, and that's going to cost them 5.
Lining up at the defensive end position on the left side, outstanding running back, but also a great defender as well. Saw him with a pick 6 against Star City last week. Here come the Rice Birds, 1st down and 5 from the 31 of the DeWitt Dragons. This time a little quarterback keeper, just a little draw play, and he's going to have maybe a yard, and that's about going to do it for Kane Price.
I'm going to give him about 2, but that's going to be it's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Birds.
Ball moving toward the center of the field. Again, moving from the left to the right, headed toward that big, beautiful American flag that's getting a little bit of a breeze under it, well lit up.
Taquan Hall checked back in the Rice Bird backfield.
He's lining up to the right of Kane Price, the quarterback. QT motion again. QT Johnson again in motion. Now a lot of room to the near side. Look, he fires. He's got a man complete. Caden Sims, touchdown, Rice Birds.
29 yards in, and I want to tell you, Kane Price was rolling out to the right on his run, and boy, he put that pass right on the money because it was pretty good coverage. Kane Price hit him right in the numbers. Just a fantastic throw and catch there. Price to Caden Sims, and the Rice Birds are on the board again. Caden Sims, just a sophomore, Landon. He has had a fantastic sophomore season for the Rice Birds. Dawson McKelvey on for the PAT.
Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Stuttgart Rice Birds lead the DeWitt Dragons 14-7. 8:09 to go here in the first half. Back with more Stuttgart Rice Bird football on Country 97.3 FM in 30 seconds.
Time for an oil change? What about a new battery? Harry's Rapid Lube in Stuttgart has you covered. At Harry's Rapid Lube, they have GM Dexos certified oil, along with quality Pennzoil, and they can change your air filter and windshield wipers, and even replace your rundown battery with an interstate battery. You don't need an appointment. Just drive in. For quality service, for quality people, see Harry's Rapid Lube at 2208 South Timber in Stuttgart, or phone 672-7200. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Rice Bird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Hey, don't forget, they've got 3 locations. For Chevrolet and GMC, it's down on 19th and Main Street. And for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, that's out across from Max Prairie Wings. And then if you need a deer feeder, maybe a new deer stand, check out also some trailers and some nice used vehicles. That's Japco on 13th and Park Avenue. Petrus Auto Group, They got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Dawson McKelvey kicks off, drills it right down central. It's going to be mishandled at about the 5-yard line, picked up back across the 10. 15, Ricebird coverage team is there. Got to get him out of bounds on the ground, and they do. Now we've got a late penalty coming in, and that's thrown in the area maybe of a hit, late hit possibly.
Late hit, possibly a face mask too.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's
unfortunate because the Ricebirds had him pinned inside the 15-yard line.
They did. Let's see what it is. We hope it's a block in the back. Definitely don't need a face mask. It is a
block against the DeWitt Dragons.
Yes.
So this is going to back them up inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah,
I'm just a pessimist, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Fantastic coverage there, though.
It was.
By the Ricebirds, and a great kick.
Oh, yeah. I was just fixing to say, Brent, you got to credit the kick. I mean, that knuckleball, hard to handle, plenty of distance, goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. And then they mishandled it and gave the Ricebird coverage a chance. So here come the DeWitt Dragons from backed up into their own territory from their own 6-yard line.
7:59 left here in the second quarter.
Yard marker on the far side actually has him on the 7-yard line. Quarterback, Cox, flanked by running backs, takes. He hands off Graham, trying to find a little something on the right side. Ricebirds have him wrapped up, pushing back inside the 5-yard line. Birds are on fire on defense.
Boy, they were. Graham that time just kind of tiptoeing down the line looking for a seam there, but, boy, he didn't find one, and 2 or 3 Ricebirds found him, and they drove him back. It's going to be a loss of a yard on the play.
Second down and 11 coming up. Dragons with the ball now at their own 6 from the far hash mark. Dragons, white jerseys, gold pants, blue helmets with gold trim. Birds in all maroon with white trim. Cox takes, hands off into the line. A little bit of running room, and that's Corey Graham, and he is going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, he's going to be
about a yard short, it looks like.
Yeah, about a yard short. He kind of hurdled somebody right at the line of scrimmage and found a good hole, and he picks up about 10, but he's going to be a yard short.
Sure hoping the Ricebirds might cut hold. Well, they're going to mark it a first down.
Oh, okay. All right, so we'll give him 11 then. It looked like they had it lined up a yard short, but first down and 10.
From the 17-yard line, the DeWitt Dragons to the line. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, takes hands off to Corey Graham, that's lined up in the backfield, turns the corner on the left side and gets out. Look at about the 14-yard line, I think, Brent, on the far side.
That's the 24.
I'm sorry, 24-yard line on the far side.
Looks like he's going to have about 6.5 or 7 on first down.
Sets up second down and short. Second down and about 4 coming up for the DeWitt Dragons. 6:11 to go here in the first half. Stuttgart with a 14-7 lead over the DeWitt Dragons. DeWitt with the ball. Sends a wide out to the left. That is number 5, Marshawn Bowers. Wide out to the right. 2 backs in the back. Back to pass. Cox fires across the middle. Got a man complete on the far side. And he's going to have a first down out at about the 34-yard line. And that on the reception, I believe, was Ray Fry, number 11.
And that's going to be about 10 yards to Fry and the Dragon first down. And it is standing room only on the DeWitt side, and it's a full house on the Stuttgart side. Great crowd here tonight.
You bet. Great crowd. Great atmosphere here for high school football. Here come the Dragons from the far hash mark. Wide outs on each side. 3 backs in the backfield. Take, hand off to number 2, and he's got some running rooms. He breaks into the secondary, gets out across the 45. He's going to have another Dragon first down up close to midfield.
Yeah, he's going to have 12. That was Travis London on the carry. That time they faked the handoff to Graham, and then Cox handed off to London going around the right side, and he found a hole.
Moves the ball out to the DeWitt Dragon 47-yard line. Good drive so far for the Dragons.
Yes,
starting back at their own 6-yard line. 5:32 to go here in the first half. Ricebirds with a 14-7 lead. Battle of Arkansas County. Sends a man in motion. Hand it to him on a speed sweep. Now he just cuts it right up into the line.
Ball
Birds
came
come
out,
and the Birds are going to have it.
Ricebirds
they do. Knox Hillman comes out of there with the ball.
Yeah, And the referee, I think, he threw his flag instead of a beanbag there. So, that was a fumble. That was number 11, Ray Fry, on the little speed sweep, and he picked up about 8 or 9 yards, but then he got popped right in the stomach, and then the ball came out and knocks him and was right there.
All right, here come the Rice Birds now from their own 44-yard line. Ball right in the center of the field, just outside that big maroon and white S that's in the center of the field here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Here come the Birds to the line. 2 wideouts to the right. Single back standing to the right of Kane Price, the quarterback. Sends QT in motion from the right to the left. Kane Price takes a little delayed flip out across midfield down to the 45-yard line. I believe that's a first down for Taekwon Hall, number 42.
Yes, it is. Let's see where they mark it.
Corey Graham in on the stop along with number 2, Travis London.
Well, the referee on the near side here did not follow the play down, but they're going to give it a first down. He had a first down.
He did. At the 45-yard line of the DeWitt Dragons, 5:02 to go. Clock moving here in the first half. Birds with a 14-7 lead and the ball. Handoff into the line. Taekwon Hall. Now he cuts it to the outside, looking for the corner, puts his head down, and cannot break a tackle, but he's going to have nearly 10 yards. Let's say 9 on the far side.
And not 9 on that carry. That was Terrell Dale, number 6, with a nice tackle there on Hall on the far side. It's going to bring up second down 1. 4:34 here, and the clock rolling in the second quarter. Rice Birds lead at 14-7.
Rice Birds are going to send wideouts to the near side. Here's QT Johnson along with Hayden Prine. Single back in the backfield, standing to the left of Price. Going to send QT Johnson in motion. Fake to him on a speed sweep. Back to pass, airing it out long for Caden Sims. Overthrows him down at about the 5-yard line. Caden takes a tumble outside.
Yeah, he did. He's
going to hop up. He's
okay. It looked like he kind of stumbled just a little bit when he turned to look for the ball, and the ball fell about 2 yards beyond his reach. So, second down and short, that's not a bad play to take a shot deep there, because you have 2 plays here to pick up 2 yards.
Clock stops with the incompletion. 4:07 to go here in the first half. Birds up 14-7 over the DeWitt Dragons. To the line. Here come the Birds from the far hash mark. 3 wideouts to the right. Low snap back to the quarterback. Takes hands off into the line, and Taekwon's going to be short of a first down. Line of scrimmage is about going to do it, Brent. I think that's about all that's going to be there for him. It's going to bring up now 4th down and 2. Actually, they're backing the yard marker up.
Yeah,
it's going to be close to 3 yards here. It's going to be about 2.5 for a first down.
Yeah, 4th down and 3 here. And we haven't seen that quick pass to a QT yet in the flat, although he is lined up in close here. This looks like a running play, but
everybody's in tight. Rice Birds want to talk about it. Timeout, Stuttgart. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Rice Bird football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network. Back in 30 seconds.
Power plus speed plus exhilaration equals the fabulous English sports car, the Lotus Emira. You want it. You need it. Play this month at Saracen Casino and qualify for the drawing on Saturday, October 25th. Incomparable, captivating, intoxicating. Lotus Emira, the world's best-sounding automobile. It can be yours from Lotus of Nashville and Saracen Casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to Stuttgart Rice Bird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Petrus Auto Group, 3 locations, including 19th and Main for Chevrolet and GMC. Check out their inventory online, specifications, pictures, pricing, everything that you need. Petrus Auto Group in Stuttgart, powering tonight's Rice Bird football. 4th down and 3 for the Stuttgart Rice Birds from the 38 of the DeWitt Dragons. Coming out of a timeout. Kane Price takes it. He's going to keep it. He's got a first down and more. 30, 25. He's all alone. 15, 10, 5. He dives for the end zone. Is he in?
No, I think they're going to mark him down.
They're going to mark him down. He knocked the pylon off in the corner, but they're going to mark it down.
Mark it down at the 1, but hey, that's okay.
We'll take that.
It.
You betcha.
Yeah, we'll take it, because I think Kane dove for the pylon there, and when he dove, he kind of set the ball down on the ground. So I was hoping that they didn't call that a fumble. I mean, it wasn't a fumble, but you never know what they're going to call
be
there.
Perceived. That's
yeah,
exactly right.
37 yards on 4th down and 3, and the Ricebirds are at the 1.
What a call and what a run by Kane Price. Here come the Birds now. 1st and goal. Handoff into the line. Boy, there is nothing there. This is going to
the
be
ball
a
came
loss.
out.
And the ball comes out. The DeWitt Dragons are going to recover.
Yep, they are. Wow.
Coming out of there with it, I believe, is number 57, Braylon. No. Not sure who that was that came out of there with it.
Yeah, but boy, what great penetration there by the D line, because I believe that was Hall there, and he had nowhere to go. 2 or 3 Dragons right there on top of him, and the Dragons pick up the turnover and turn away the Birds.
Inside the 5-yard line at the 4, 3:09 to go here in the first half. Stuttgart with a 14-7 lead. DeWitt with the ball. Takes handoff into the line, across the 5, out to about the 6, maybe the 7-yard line. Looking at the official on the near sideline, he keeps walking back toward the 5, so I'm not real sure where they're going to mark it.
Yeah, a gain of 3 we'll give him.
Yeah, 2nd down 7 coming up. 2:50 to go here. Clock moving in the first half. Ricebirds have gotten 2 turnovers from the DeWitt Dragons tonight. Dragons have gotten 1 from Stuttgart.
Yeah, that one there really hurt.
That was a killer right there.
It was inside the 1-yard line.
Here come the Dragons slowly. And have you noticed that, how slow they come out of the huddle?
Absolutely.
I mean, they take their time.
Yep.
Quarterback Cox takes, hands off. Corey Graham over the right side into the big pile. It's going to push out to about the 9-yard line. It's going to be about 5 yards short of a first down on 3rd down. And Stuttgart is going to call timeout. Timeout, Stuttgart. I know what Coach Price is thinking. If we can get a stop here.
Yep, you're trying to save the time. Yeah.
Exactly, save some time. So let's take a 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM.
Petrus Auto Sales in Stuttgart has the best selection of new Ford trucks and SUVs that we've had in years, including some of the hottest products, like the Maverick truck with mileage up around 40 miles per gallon. And on the other end of the lot, we've got Ford F-250 Super Duties from the base XL trim all the way up to the King Ranch. And in between, we've got Explorers, Expedition, Broncos, and more, and all are priced to sell, all with that great hometown service after the sale. See us today. That's Petrus Auto Sales, your Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer on the Grand Prairie, out across from Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart.
And we welcome you back to Ricebird Football, powered by Petrus Auto Sales, Petrus Auto Group, Petrus Chevrolet GMC. Petrus, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Big 3rd down and 5 coming up for the DeWitt Dragons from their own 9-yard line, recovering a Ricebird fumble. Ricebirds had it 1st and goal at the 1-yard line of the Dragons and fumble. They've brought it out now to the 9. The Ricebird defense digging in, would love to hold them here. Shotgun formation, that's actually a pistol formation for the quarterback, a lot of hard count. Takes a snap. He's just going to keep it himself over the right side, and he's going to have the first down as he dives across the 15 out to the 16-yard line. 2:07 to go, clock moving here in the first half, and a fresh set of downs for the DeWitt Dragons.
Yeah, a good job by that Dragon line there, blocking just enough to spring Cox around the end, and he picked up 7 yards in the first down, and the Dragons are just going to keep that clock rolling there, and they'll be happy to take it into halftime at 14-7 when they were 1 yard away from staring down a 21-7 deficit.
That's exactly right. Those are the kind of plays that you look back on when the game is over that could make a difference one way or the other.
Absolutely.
Here come the Dragons. Ricebirds want to keep them out of the end zone before the half. 1:40 to go, clock moving. Cox is going to take it himself over the left side. Ricebirds, nice open field tackle out there. Mercy sakes, that was a good tackle by, is that Cordero Berry?
Yes,
I believe.
is. Yeah,
Number 0 for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, Cordero Berry on Zay Cox there. He picks up 2, and that's it. A nice open field tackle. 2nd down, 8, 1:19. And Ricebirds have one timeout left here. But, of course, the Dragons are going to take all the time they can here.
One wide out to the right. Ball is on the near hash mark. Dragons moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north, headed toward the new arena. Take handoff into the line. The Ricebirds wrap up the ball carrier and bring him down for a loss of a couple, or maybe at least one.
Yeah, Trey Phillips was the first one in there to hit Graham and slow him down, and and then he got helped by 2 or 3 more Ricebirds, and the Ricebirds are going to call a timeout. They have 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Dragons.
52 seconds to go here in the first half. Let's squeeze in another quick 30-second timeout. Listening to Ricebird football on Country 97.3 part of the EAB Sports Network.
Life's complicated. Your checking account shouldn't be. At Simmons Bank, we keep banking simple, with you in mind. Get paid early, avoid fees, bank from anywhere. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Choose your account and open online in minutes. Visit SimmonsBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All accounts subject to approval. Restrictions apply.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. Big 8-4A matchup. They call it the Battle of Arkansas County. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 14-7. 52 seconds to go in the first half. DeWitt with 5 wideouts, 3 to the right, 2 to the left.
Yeah, he's just going to
run. The Ricebirds are going to chase the quarterback.
You got to get
Cox.
him down, though.
That's exactly right. He's still looking. He's still looking. Now there's a hold, so he's back in the end zone. Ricebirds are chasing him for all he's worth, coming out to the near sideline, but this one is going to come back. He gets enough yardage for the first down, but penalty marker back at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, it's coming back. He did waste a lot of time there, but boy, he ran a long ways. It was just going to be a quarterback run, is what it looked like. But then he had nowhere to go, and he reversed field a couple times, and he picked up the first down. But he was the beneficiary of a hold. 37 seconds left now.
That's going to move it back inside the 10-yard line.
Yep.
Maybe inside the 5. The flag is thrown at the 6.
Yeah, it is.
So let's see.
Well, I think they're going to try to see how far he got. I mean, but he picked up the first down on the run. If we would have stopped him there.
Yes.
You know, you don't take the penalty, but they're going to run it here, and they can almost run it out to halftime.
Yes, I think they'll probably be able to.
All right, it's going to bring. Yeah,
the down marker still has.
Yeah,
not
the down
moved.
marker is not right. It's going to bring. It's going to be 3rd and about. See, 5, 10, about 20, 22.
Well, they've got to get to the 26, and they're at the 4. So yes, you're right, Brent. 22 yards to go here on 3rd down,
and they called a timeout. Dragons did, and it looked like they were almost in the victory formation there.
Yeah, it did.
You know, and that's probably not a bad thing to do. Just take a knee because the Birds are out of timeouts now. They could almost run it. They're not going to be able to run it all the way out, I don't think.
Just depends on how long this play takes.
Right. Yeah.
You know, if it takes as long as that last one did,
then
they can run it out.
But if he backs up too far, he's going to be.
Yes, he's in trouble.
He's going to be back in the end zone.
Boy, and he was almost in trouble that last time. We just didn't have quite enough to catch him and pin him back for a big sack. Cox is elusive, no question about that.
Yep, 37 seconds. Ricebirds with the 14-7 lead. 4th down and 22. Dragons have it just inside their own 5. No timeouts left for the Ricebirds, so the Dragons can just run it here. Take a knee is what it looks like they're going to do, and just run as much time down on the clock as they can.
And, of course, their last punt was an adventure, so
yes,
you'd love for them to have to try to do that again. They'll go ahead and set the clock. The play clock is rolling.
Well, the clock never started.
That's exactly right. And they're going to set it back at 40.
Oh, yeah, so that's going to be it.
That's it. That'll be the first half for you. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds miss a golden opportunity, 1st down and goal to go at the DeWitt 1-yard line. DeWitt now they're marching back onto the field, but it's a moot point because the first half is going to end before the play clock runs out. Official's going to hold them there 1 second, and that's it. We're at the first half, and the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 14-7 here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. A big 8-4A conference matchup. The Ricebirds will receive Well, we hope they receive.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
The second half kick. The Ricebirds have had one kick to them already tonight, and it didn't go so good. So we'll see about that. DeWitt Dragon Band is making their way out on the field. The Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band will perform after the DeWitt Band does. So we'll step away here on the Southern Bancorp halftime show. And Brent will have us some stats coming up just a little bit later on as well, and we'll try to bring you the sights and sounds of the Ricebird Marching Band. That's been a busy band this last week. We'll talk about that at the half as well. Southern Bancorp halftime show gets started right now. We'll be back in 6 minutes.
High School Mighty Dragon Band.
Are you tired of leaking on yourself? Tired of those embarrassing moments? Do you have chronic sciatica? Low back pain? Are you experiencing painful intercourse? Hemorrhoids? Maybe you're dealing with erectile dysfunction. Would you like to improve your balance? And oh, the incontinence. Did you know that all of that can be resolved in as little as 3 weeks? That's right, only 28 minutes twice a week for 3 weeks. Most people notice a difference after their second session. The Emcella by BTL is so easy to use. You stay fully clothed. It's totally non-invasive. And there is 95% patient satisfaction. This is a breakthrough for incontinence and ED. And we here at the Katy Shack have made all of this relief possible for you. So why put up with those symptoms, especially now that you know that there is a cure? We have special financing available, and we have amazing affordable packaging deals. This is FDA approved and proven. Please call us at 870-873-4300 and let us help you on this journey to a healthier way of life.
This is Kelsey Konechny. Open enrollment for individual health insurance begins November the 1st. Do you have the best coverage option for you and your family? Let your local hometown agents at Konechny Insurance work for you. We can price your coverage with major carriers in Arkansas and the marketplace. Get the personal attention you deserve at Konechny Insurance. Call us at 870-673-9249. Konechny Insurance, 102 West 7th Street, Stuttgart.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Did you know that since 1907, Lane has been providing water services to cities, industries, and farmers, not just in the Grand Prairie area, but all across the state. Lane provides pump sales and installation, constructs and designs water wells, and installs underground pipes. Lane also has an in-house machine shop, which is prepared to service and repair all brands and sizes of pumps, gear drives, and motors, along with the complete parts department open to the public. For all your water needs, contact Lane first at 2015 South Main in Stuttgart, or call 870-673-1591.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy right now, that your body's healthy, and that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind. So you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production and bushels. Contact your local Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
Greg Hatcher and his companies are proud supporters of high school football. The Hatcher Agency is the state's largest employee benefits agency, offering outrageous service and voted best insurance agency in Arkansas virtually every year since 2004. Hatcher Capital Investments offers 401k plans and wealth management. Twin City Limousine offers vehicles that are great for weddings. And of course, the popular Scoops homemade ice cream. Greg Hatcher and his companies wish you a successful season.
Like you, Stedman's Ace Hardware is passionate about their community. They support the Lions Club, Fight Like a Kid, and numerous other organizations, including youth, high school, and adult sports programs. Whether helping their neighbors or helping their customers, Stedman's Ace Hardware truly is the helpful place. Shop Weber Grills, Blackstone Griddles, Traeger Pellet Grills and Pellets, and more, and get all the help you need at Stedman's Ace Hardware, 110 South College in downtown Stuttgart. Stedman's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
My primary care provider helps me make better decisions about my physical and mental health.
They're the first person I talk to if I have any questions about infections, medications, or any other health concerns. And most insurance companies don't charge you for having annual wellness checks.
With them, I have the help I need to stay on top of my health game.
There are many reasons to have a primary care provider, but if you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Visit chistvincent.com to find a primary care provider.
Hi, this is Jennifer Smith from Wilkerson Jewelers. The real value in any jewelry is the sentimental connection that you have to the pieces you own. The beautiful earrings your grandparents gave you when you graduated. The amazing engagement ring your fiance surprised you with. The watch your company presented you with when you retired from your job. For over 50 years, Wilkerson's has been a part of those special moments. And we love that we get to be a small part of some of the most important experiences of your lives. No matter what your budget, come in to shop or check us out online at wilkersonjewelers.com. Easy financing and layaway are available. At Wilkerson Jewelers in beautiful downtown Stuttgart, we want to build memories with you.
Finding your place is more than just a location. It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
And we welcome you back to the Southern Bancorp halftime show here tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons by a score of 14-7 here at the half. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We sure are glad to have you joining us. It's a big one here tonight. They call it the Battle of Arkansas County, and it has pretty well lived up to the hype so far. The Stuttgart Ricebirds having an opportunity at the end of the second quarter to pick up an extra score, but credit the DeWitt defense for getting in there and forcing a turnover at the 1 yard line. And DeWitt takes it and runs out the rest of the half. The Ricebirds would have loved to have gone up 21-7 at that point, but, you know, that's why you play the game.
That's right. Yeah, you know, the Ricebirds picked up 2 turnovers from the Dragons in the second quarter. They cashed in one of them, couldn't quite cash in the second one, and they hold on to a 7-point lead here, but the Birds will get the ball starting the third quarter.
And you know what we say, that most important possession of the game can be that first possession of the third quarter.
But, you know, tonight I think the kickoff is going to be very important with the way the Dragons do the kickoff. So
that's exactly right. And they kicked off to us once, and that didn't turn out so good.
No,
the Ricebird fumbled it right back to them and gave them a lot of momentum. Now, the Ricebirds turned around and stopped that drive. Matter of fact, they went backwards from that. But boy, they seemed to seize the momentum there for just a bit there as well.
Yep.
DeWitt Dragon Marching Band has completed their performance here at the half, and the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band is making their way out. Brent, you know, we saw them, the Ricebird Marching Band, leave early last week at the crossing game. They performed at halftime, but then shortly after that in the third quarter, we looked up and they were loading up and leaving.
Yeah, they were.
And they had a good reason for that. Of course, number one, that was the longest road trip of the year for the Ricebirds, and they, being all the way across it, they had to get back to Stuttgart so they could get ready and get up early Saturday morning and go to Hot Springs and perform at Lake Hamilton High School in a marching competition there, which they did and did very well, advancing into the finals, and that left them there pretty well all day long. And I want to think about all the logistics that it takes to move 100 people basically all over the country. Keep them fed, you know.
That's right. That's right. 4 hours on Friday down there, you know, down there and back. You know, all of that equipment and everything. Yeah, it takes a lot of people, and it's a lot of hard work.
The logistics too of when they discovered, well, we've done well enough, we're advancing to the finals, we're not leaving. Then of course, then you got to feed,
right?
And you know, and where do you take 100 people?
Yeah,
you know. So I mean, you got to think about it. It is a really incredible job that Mr. Sherman and Miss Hudgens have done with the Ricebird Marching Band, and they are really dedicated, and they are doing a great job, and we appreciate them so much. Ricebird Marching Band started out on the field, then they retreated. Now they're starting back out. They've got all their percussion set up on the near sideline here, and we're going to try to bring you the sound from there when they get set up and get started.
Lynn, Hamburg just scored another touchdown. They lead Warren 36-21, 2 minutes left to half.
And that game is where?
Hamburg.
At Hamburg.
Yeah.
Ricebirds will travel to Hamburg, the last game of the regular season, which will be on a Thursday night.
Yep.
Fortunately for the football team and the cheerleaders and the band, there's no school that next day. Now, unfortunately for those of us in the car business, we do work that day.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a long trip on a Thursday night.
Thursday night, absolutely.
I used to call that a school night when I was in school. So, all right, the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band is made their way out. Boy, they look sharp, too. I'm telling you, they've got the black slacks. They've got that maroon top with a white kind of a swoosh across the front of it. Just a really sharp look. And, of course, they've got props out there that they use for their competition. I see Miss Shannon Hudgens down there getting all the stuff wired up. Mr. Sherman down there as well. How many marching bands, high school marching bands, do you see with a complete drum set? And they all have drums, yeah,
right.
Bass drums and so forth. But, I mean, like you'd see at a concert, like you see at a rock concert or something.
Yeah, you're not many, and especially not in 4A. I mean, some of the bigger schools maybe, but not in a school of this size.
All right. Well, folks, we are getting the all clear on the band. While we try to get Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band sound. Here we go. competition program that they performed last weekend at Lake Hamilton High School in Hot Springs. Hope you're enjoying it. Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band.
All right, Ricebird fans, let's get on your feet, cheer on the birds to the fight song.
And there we go. That's the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band here on the Southern Bancorp Halftime Show. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you joining us tonight for Stuttgart Ricebird football. Brent, have you got us some stats ready for the first half?
Enjoy the second half and 9 carries for 57 yards. Jeremiah Thomas has 1 carry for 2 yards. Kane Price has 3 carries for 44 yards. Through the air, Kane Price is 3 for 4, 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. He got 2 catches for 39. Kane Smith has the other catches. That was a 29-yard touchdown. 7-point lead here, 14-7 at halftime.
And the Ricebirds would have loved for that to have been 21-7 here at the half.
Right.
Make sure I've got the microphone off on the field here. Bear with me, guys. Just a second. There we go. All right.
All right.
Getting a little extra feedback there off of the field mic.
Yep.
Ricebirds turn it over at the 1 yard line, Brent. I hope that doesn't come back and be the difference in the ballgame.
I know. Yeah, you know, a turnover is bad anywhere, but boy, right at the 1 yard line after a big 4th down and 3 conversion, Kane Price takes it 44 yards and just gets drugged down at the 1 yard line. You think, well, you know, that's okay. We can still punch it in from there. But boy, that D line from the Dragons penetrated through that line and popped Taekwon Hall there, and he fumbled. And boy, yeah, just a big turn of events there. But luckily, you know, the Dragons didn't have time to do anything with it there. But now it's going to be key for the Ricebirds just to recover the ball here on this kick, because the Dragons will kick it anywhere and everywhere.
That's exactly right. And the one kickoff that the Ricebirds have tried to field tonight, they didn't. It bounced off of them. Fortunately, the defense stood up and actually pushed DeWitt back on that particular drive. So the Ricebirds thwarted that turnover. But still, you always look at, well, what could have been.
That's right. The one good drive for the Dragons, you know, got them on the board. And for them, I think it's gone pretty much according to their game plan, except for their 2 turnovers. But boy, they ran the ball, used the clock, kept the ball away from the Ricebird offense, and I think they're probably pretty happy to only be down 7 here.
You know, and you think about that, and you look at a couple of just shoestring type tackles that the Ricebirds made, and of course, if these guys get in the secondary, a good chance they're going to be gone.
That's right.
The Ricebird defense will certainly have to stand tall here in the second half. Both the teams have made their way out of the locker rooms. They've had some stretching here, and they put a little bit of time back on the halftime clock here. Want to say a special word of thanks to Southside Baptist Church as they fed the pregame meal for the players and cheerleaders this evening. Also, a special word of thanks to the Prine family. Hayden's mom and dad, as they had breakfast this morning at their house for everybody on the team, the cheerleaders and all. And then also a special word of thanks to Tropical Smoothie as they sponsoring the fireworks here tonight. Ray Gilbert, our certified fireworks shooter down in the end zone. And he's had it all set up, and boy, they have been beautiful, the fireworks that we've seen here tonight. The Ricebirds would like to create some fireworks of their own here in the second half.
All right, Lena, a couple of updated scores from the 8-4A. Hamburg leads Warren 36-27, and that game is almost at halftime. Not a lot of defense down there in Ashley County tonight. A lot of points on the board, and Monticello leads Star City 34-14 at the half.
All right, Monticello Billies will be the Ricebirds' opponent next Friday night. Brent and I will be with you on that with pregame at 6:30 and kickoff at 7 from Monticello next Friday night. Stuttgart Ricebird receiving team is out there on the field, and they are ready to go. Looks like Dagan Duncan is out there getting everybody psyched up. So come on, guys, use your head. Let's go.
I see Keaton Byers up there, Jordan Miners up there. Looks like, who else we got up there? Caden Sims. There's up there Bo Barnes as well. So let's see what the Dragons do here.
Their kicker is number 1, Corey Graham. He does just about everything.
He does, doesn't he?
Outstanding talent, and he's a senior this year. And I know.
Thank heavens for for all of the Dragons' opponents. Yeah, he is a senior. He might even drive the bus too. I'm not sure.
Very well.
Here we go. Well, Lynn, they have number 8 is going to kick that one off. He kicks it hard, and there we go. Hey, there you go. Fantastic job.
Scooped it up, went down low, scooped it up, gets that thing back across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. Riceburg's going to have, they're going to mark it at 44. Riceburg's going to have good field position to start here the second half.
They are Brylan Hogan there. Went down low, as you said, scooped that ball up, picked up about 4 yards. But, hey, fantastic field position. We'll take it for our first possession starting the second half. The Birds with the 14-7 lead.
Ricebirds leave the sideline, and they head to the line of scrimmage. From the far hash mark, your Ricebirds moving from the left to the right, which is the north to the south here at Mosley Stadium. Beautiful field, turf field here with maroon end zones. Ricebirds dressed in their all-home maroons, jerseys and pants with white numbers. Back to pass. Kane Price looking. Now he's being flushed out of the pocket, coming to the near side. Now he's going to cut back to the far side, and he's airing it out long. He's going to throw it as far as he can, and he's got a man, and it is complete.
Oh, my.
On the tip. How about the tip drill on that?
On the tip. Caden Sims caught it on the tip from Ray Fry. I thought for a second there that Fry was going to have an interception.
Yeah,
but, boy, he couldn't quite get back there far enough. He tipped it up, and, boy, give Caden Sims credit for keeping his eye on the ball, and he hauled it in. And what a big play on first down. Wow.
You could call that a Hail Mary here on the first play of the
Absolutely, because Price was under some heavy pressure that time.
He really was.
And just threw it as far as he could.
First down and 10 for the Ricebirds from the DeWitt 15-yard line. Here come the Birds, far hash mark. 2 wide outs to the left. Kane Price back to pass, looking to his left, still looking, now getting some pressure, running to the near side, fires out in the flats, got a man complete. And that is Caden Sims, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
That's a good thing he did because the ball popped out there, but they caught him out at the 5.
This is going to be enough for a first down, 11 yards on that, and that's going to move the sticks. Birds are going to have it first down and goal to go at the 5-yard line.
41 yards on that big play on first down there, and 9 on first down here to Caden Sims.
First and goal for the Ricebirds. Been here before. Let's see if the Ricebirds can push it in. One wide out to the left, one wide out to the right. QT Johnson here to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Single back, standing to the left. He's going to just dump it out, and lots of contact out there, and I cannot believe it's not a call, but there is no call.
Yeah, just a little quick fade pass there. It's what they tried to QT. As you mentioned, a lot of contact there, but no call. So second down 5 for the Birds.
Ball from the near hash mark. DeWitt Dragons in their white jerseys, gold pants, dark blue helmets with gold trim, and there's a whistle before the snap, and it's going to be all false start on the Ricebirds. This will back them up to the 10.
Well.
And really, that's probably not a terrible thing.
I don't think so. Yeah.
They need a little work room to work.
I agree because, the running game up the middle, it's not.
You got everybody jammed in there tight. It's just hard.
Give Kane a little more room here if he wants to throw the ball. All right, here we go. Second down and 10. The ball is just right on the 10-yard line, just underway here in the third quarter.
Goal to go. 2 wide outs to the left. QT Johnson. Also out there is going to be Jeremiah Jackson, split wide to the left. Single back, standing to the left of the quarterback. Rolling to his left, looking, firing, got a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds!
There you go. Number 2, Jeremiah Jackson, 10 yards. He was in the slot. QT was out wide. QT cut inside. Jeremiah cut outside, and he was
Nobody went with him.
He was wide open. 10 yards on the throw and catch, the Ricebird touchdown, and the Ricebirds extend to a 2-touchdown lead. What a big opening drive there for the Birds. The big play, of course, being the first play, Caden Sims with the 41-yard catch on the tip. Kick is up by McKelvey. It looks good.
And it is. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 21-7, 11:03 to go, third quarter. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds. And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium, site of tonight's 8-4A conference matchup. We call it the Battle of Arkansas County between the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the DeWitt Dragons. 79th meeting all time between these two teams going back to 1934. Ricebirds have won 60 of them and want to add to that here tonight, and they lead 21-7 early here in the second half. Dawson McKelvey's got it teed up, set to kick. Ricebirds score early after coming out of the halftime break. McKelvey puts his foot into it end over end. It's going to be fielded at about the 20, back across the 25 and maybe 31 or 2 yard line. That's going to do it.
And it looked like number 8, Landon Graham, on the return for the Dragons. Yeah, he's going to take it out to the 32. Kind of stumbled there when he caught it and couldn't quite get his feet back under him. Good coverage by the Ricebirds kick team, and the Dragons will take over for their first possession here of the second half, trailing 21-7.
They'll be operating from the right to the left, from the south to the north. They'll be headed toward the big, beautiful new Ricebird Arena here in the athletic complex on the campus of Stuttgart High School. Of course, a big, beautiful field turf field here at Mosley Stadium. Maroon end zones, big maroon and white S in the center of the field. Here come the Dragons. Pistol formation, takes, hands to the tailback. Graham into the line, nothing there. Ricebirds jam it up, tight.
Boy, they do, and Graham took that handoff, and boy, he had a head of steam heading right into the line, but he picked up maybe half a yard, and that's going to be it. Good job by the defense.
Second down long now for the Dragons. Again, operating from the far hash mark. Ricebirds in all maroon with their white trim. Maroon helmets. The Dragons again, white jerseys, gold pants, dark blue helmets with gold trim on those helmets. Here, 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. A pistol formation for the quarterback. Cox takes it, and he is getting a lot of pressure, but once again finds a man complete out across the 40-yard line to the 41. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and short.
Yeah, kind of a sidearm throw there that time by Cox, and that was Fry with a sliding catch. It's going to be a gain of 8.
And credit his receivers for helping him out, too, when they see he's in distress, which has been a lot tonight.
Yeah.
3rd down and short, not where the Ricebirds like to see the DeWitt Dragons. Look for a little dose of Corey Graham here. Behind center is the quarterback, and he is going to keep it. And, boy, I don't know. From where we are,
he's short.
He is short. And the official on the far side has got it marked about a yard short. And Brent and I we got a pretty good shot at that. We got a pretty good spot.
We do. Well, they needed 2, and they got 1 with the little tush-push play, and I'm sure they're going to run the exact same play again. I would. I mean, it is so hard to stop when you have a big line up the middle like that.
4th down and 1. Look for a little hard count try here first.
Yeah. Need the Dragons to jump off sides. That's what
you bet.
That's what we need.
Marshawn Bowers split wide to the left. Handoff into the line, 1st down, and out to the 45-yard line. Not a lot, but didn't need a lot.
Yeah. Graham picked up about 2 on that one. He more than enough for the 1st down, but that's what you got to do with Graham. You can't give him the big yardage. You got to make him earn it, and that is his 19th carry tonight.
Cordero Berry is up, and he looks like he's kind of favoring a shoulder there a little bit. I think that's Cordero coming off to the near side.
We got Quaterian Johnson running out there to take this spot. He might have a little stinger in the shoulder there.
Hope he's okay. Here comes 1st down and 10 for the Dragons from their own 45-yard line. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback back to pass, getting a lot of pressure now. He fires it, and he's going to fire short. Intended receiver number 5, Marshawn Bowers. Covering for the Ricebirds out there was number 28, Caleb Anderson.
And Bo Barnes was in the backfield that time, chasing down Cox. And you know, we give Cox a lot of credit because boy, he's been under pressure a lot, but he hasn't been sacked yet tonight.
He's been cool about it. He sure has.
He did have that one intentional grounding penalty, but other than that, he's been able to scramble enough to get rid of the ball.
He hasn't swallowed it, that's for sure. He has found a way. 2nd down and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Dragons. Here comes DeWitt. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation for the quarterback. Back to pass, getting some pressure into the pocket collapse. Now he throws this one out of bounds. Closest person to that was Keaton Byers for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, Travis London ran straight down the field that time, and Cox threw a pass like he was going to run it
down and out.
And out pattern. So not on the same page there, but the pocket was closing up quickly on Cox, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. So a big play for both teams here.
Ball is at the 45-yard line of the Dragons, right in front of Brent and I's broadcast position.
Carmelo Minner checking in, Ladarian Smith running out. He's kind of got a...
Yeah, he's kind of favoring his left arm just a little bit.
He is.
Hope he's okay.
Well, he's got it, he's kind of got it wrapped, too, there a little bit.
Big 3rd down here for the Ricebird defense. Digs in, back to pass, quarterback being chased. Now he fires. He's got a man wide open at midfield and turns the corner, and he's gone.
No, he's not.
Well, the Ricebirds, QT Johnson run him down.
Yeah.
On the reception was number 1, Corey Graham.
Yeah, but boy, Cox was under heavy pressure that time, just about to go down, and then found Graham was wide open. He was wide open.
How about that QT Johnson, though? You know, I've said all week long, I said if Graham gets behind everybody, he's gone.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. You called it, Brent. You called it.
It's going to be 40 yards, though, on that throw and catch.
Down to the Ricebird 14-yard line. Stuttgart leads 21-7, 8:22 to go here in the third quarter. DeWitt now in the Ricebird red zone. Cox going to keep it himself. Starting right, starting left. Now he's just going to run it up into the pile, and pile's going to push forward for a couple maybe, down to about the 12-yard line.
Give the Dragons
maybe
credit.
11.
Yeah, the Dragons have come up with some big plays when they really need them.
Yeah, they have.
Offense. You know, they converted that big fourth down there when they got their touchdown in the first quarter, and then a big third and long here to kind of flip the field and get it deep in Ricebird territory.
2nd and 7, Dragons.
Line of scrimmage is the Stuttgart 12-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Back to pass. Cox looking again, getting some pressure. Oh, the Ricebirds almost had him, and he's in trouble now. He's going to have
get him that time.
Oh, he's just going to heave it up. One of those Hunter Henry heaves.
Yep. And it falls incomplete on the sidelines. Oh,
yeah, it was close though. There was a dragon out there.
There was one dragon and a couple Ricebirds, but the ball was just a couple yards out of bounds, I guess. But boy, Cox is doing.
Boy, he's slippery, isn't he?
Yeah, a fantastic job of not getting sacked because Knox Hillman was back there. I thought he had him. 3rd down and 8.
He's going to get him before the night's over.
Somebody's going to get him.
Yeah, you bet.
Because he's going to wear down just a little bit. He's doing an awful lot of running around back there.
3rd down and 8 for the Dragons from the Stuttgart 12-yard line. 4-down territory for the Dragons. Pistol formation. Cox sends a man in motion. Straight back to pass. Looking. Now he's being chased. Fires across the middle. It's going to be almost picked off.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Keaton Byers with the dive right at the goal line, just unable to secure it. Boy, he almost. Came away with a big turnover there. But Graham again was under some pressure and just got rid of it. Boy, and Byers almost with the interception. Now it's 4th down and a big play here. 4th down and 8. For the Dragons.
From the Ricebird 12-yard line, ball's on the near hash mark. 7:25 to go. Clock stopped with the incompletion. We're in the third quarter. Stuttgart with a 21-7 lead. Want to stop the Dragons right here. Dragons from the near hash mark. Send 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Single back behind the quarterback, Cox. Cox taking the snap, fires it out. The Ricebirds bat it down. It's incomplete. I don't see any flags.
No, they called interference. It can't be interference when the ball is tipped. Yeah, the ball was tipped. It cannot be interference. Knox Hillman tipped the ball, and then they're going to call interference. The ball was tipped. No, it was tipped, referee. It was tipped.
The ball was tipped.
It was.
Oh, my goodness.
It was clearly tipped. Knox Hillman got in there. Surely somebody had to see that the ball was tipped. It was clearly tipped.
And the officials are over there on the far sideline. DeWitt's hustling to the line of scrimmage, which they haven't moved the ball yet.
Oh, my.
That is a game changer right there.
Absolutely. You got all of those referees out there, and nobody was watching the ball. How can at least one referee not be watching the flight of the ball there? It was clearly tipped.
Quarterbacks flanked with running backs. The line of scrimmage is the Stuttgart 5-yard line, and the officials are still going to talk about it a little bit. And somebody.
Yeah, well, it's not an automatic first down, but it was third and 8, I believe, right? Yeah. So it is.
Yes, it was 3rd down and 8. Well, the play that we batted, it was 4th down.
Oh yes, correct. And they still have 4th down on the yard marker, but okay. So it's 4th down and 2, right?
That would be correct.
It was not an automatic first down, but.
And DeWitt scores a touchdown.
Yeah, they get a gift there.
They get a gift. They certainly do.
Santa came early for the Dragons in the form of the referees on that one because everybody in the stadium saw that ball was tipped, but they didn't see it. Wow. So Corey Graham takes it, what was that, 6?
5 yards is what it looked to me like.
All right. Graham on for the PAT.
And this has been an adventure the last few weeks. Yep. Although he does get his foot up under that one, and it looks like it is good, and it is. And the DeWitt Dragons have cut the Ricebird lead, 21-14. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Muck boots are ready to take on any job while keeping you protected. And you'll find original Muck boots at U.S. Irrigation Distributors in Stuttgart and DeWitt, along with comfortable, stylish, and tough Twisted X footwear. Check out these 2 great lines of boots and shoes, including 100% weatherproof designs today at U.S. Irrigation. Original Muck boots and Twisted X footwear, U.S. Irrigation Distributors, Highway 165 north of Stuttgart and in DeWitt at 550 Highway 165 north. Call 673-2830 or 946-4116.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Petrus Auto Group, Chevrolets and GMCs on 19th and Main Street and out across from Max Prairie Wing. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check out their websites. That's petrusgm.com and petrusautosales.com. You'll see specifications, photographs, best price and all. Petrus, they got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. And this is going to be, they've already touched it, so it's an illegal kick. We can, if I'm not mistaken, the Ricebirds can take it right there at the 42-yard line.
I'm sure they will. We don't want them to have to kick it again. We will take it right there.
And look where he sets it. They touched it back at the 42-yard line, and they've set it on the 44. Boy, I'm telling you, wow.
Great field position for the Ricebirds, when what should have been a defensive stop down there inside
it was
the red
a defensive
zone.
stop, but the official says no.
Nobody was watching the ball.
Nobody watched the ball, and that's what I watched.
Absolutely. Well, everybody in the stands saw that.
They swatted it. Yeah, exactly. All right, here come the Ricebirds from the 44-yard line of the DeWitt Dragons. They've got 2 wideouts to the left, 1 back, standing to the right of the quarterback. Quarterback is Kane Price. Shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Now being chased out of the pocket. Looks, and tucks it down. And it's going to get maybe a yard, and that's about going to do it. Did a nice job avoiding a sack on that one. It's going to move it to the 40. Well, they're going to set it down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 coming for the Ricebirds.
6:50 left in the third quarter here. Dragons have cut it back to a 1-score lead. Ricebirds lead 21-14.
59, Christian Henson down over the ball as the center. Offensive player of the game last week. Handoff right up in the middle. There we go. You can put this one on the scoreboard. They are not going to catch number 42. Taekwon Hall, touchdown, Ricebird.
44 yards. He broke through the line, and there was nobody there for the Dragons. Nobody was even chasing him that time. Taekwon Hall gets the Ricebirds right back on the board. 44 yards. 27-14. Now the Ricebirds lead. Hall takes it right around the right side. A huge hole opened up by that offensive line, and Taekwon knows what to do with it once he gets in that defensive secondary. Dawson McKelvey on for the PAT.
Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds regain a 2-score lead. They lead the DeWitt Dragons 28-14, 6:29 to go in the third quarter. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
The electric cooperatives got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission, to provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Welcome back to Ned Mosley Stadium, site of tonight's 8-4A conference matchup between the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the DeWitt Dragons. Stuttgart with a 28-14 lead over DeWitt with 6:29 to go in the third quarter. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. Glad to have you joining us tonight for Ricebird football. Dawson McKelvey kicks off. It's going to be fielded at the 19-yard line, and the return man is going to get back out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah. Landon Graham again on the return. He got the last kick out to the 32. He takes this one out to the 33. 6:23 left in the third quarter, and Ricebirds straight back quickly here to regain a 2-touchdown lead at 28-14.
I'm telling you, that was a
Yeah, that was a tough one there.
That was tough.
Well,
we had a couple of those in this game.
Well, when the receiver had his back to the ball, he never turned around. He was just running in the flat out there. He had no clue where the ball was either. So it's just a big break for the Dragons there.
Huge. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback, pistol formation, back behind him, and he fires across. He's got a man complete at the 40 and across. He's going to have a first down. He crosses the 45, I believe. Going to set it down right at the 45-yard line. Corey Graham on the reception.
That's Graham out of the backfield. He's caught 5 catches. He's got the most catches out of any of the Dragons. So he's doing some damage out of the backfield.
First down and 10 for DeWitt from their own 45-yard line. Birds up 28-14. From the far hash mark, 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap back to the quarterback. He rears back. He's going to rear this one back as far as he can. He's complete, and this is going to be a touchdown for the DeWitt Dragons on the reception. I believe number 11, Ray Fry.
Yep, it was. That's how far. That's with that 55 yards there, and that. I don't know if Coach Price is mad at one of our players or mad at the referees for not getting the call, but that is a huge play for the Dragons. 45 or
it's 55 yards.
55. They were out. Yeah, okay. All right. I wasn't for sure what 45 they were on. Yeah, 55 yards, and they answer right back in 2 plays. So it's after a 14-7 first half. It's been back and forth here in the third quarter. Corey Graham back on to attempt another PAT. That was Fry on the 55-yard touchdown reception. The PAT is good.
Is good, and DeWitt draws back within 7 points. Ricebirds lead 28-21. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Farmers, Pico Foods sends best wishes to you for a successful harvest and reminds you that they're now booking corn and Milo. Pico Foods is a 4th-generation family-owned business and now the 7th largest poultry producer in the U.S. They buy direct from local producers at always competitive prices because Pico believes in supporting their own agricultural community. Call today. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham, James Chester, or Jeff Weaver, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman, 601-670-9383.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. And I'll just go ahead and say it. We got us a slobber knocker on our hands here. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 28-21. Back and forth affair. Another onside kick attempt, and this one very nicely snatched right at the midfield stripe. Yep. I believe Bo Barnes.
Yeah, Bo Barnes, just a fantastic play. He pounced on that ball before it took that big hop.
Right.
Right at midfield. So Ricebird taking business. You know, those kicks like that can be great if you get some of them, but boy, if you don't, I mean, you're giving the opponent fantastic field position. Right?
Ricebirds have it at their own 49-yard line, so short field for the Birds to work with. Here come the Ricebirds in their home maroon, right on that big maroon and white S in the center of the field here at Ned Mosley Stadium. Official says, let's go. Whistle blows. Kane Price looks to the sideline. He's got wide outs on each side, single back standing to his left. Fakes, back to pass, airs it out. QT Johnson, he's got it, complete down to the 3.
QT Johnson was all out on that play, Lynn, and then he had to stretch out to catch it right at about the 6. And QT he's a little slow to get up there.
Because he's stretched out, let me tell you, and kind of scares me a little bit because
he's holding that arm again.
Because that was an arm that
he's holding his shoulder here, on
a very similar play last year.
You're right. The ball's going to be marked at the.
I think they've got it at the 3 or the 4.
I think it's at the 4.
4-yard line.
Yeah.
5:42 to go here in the third quarter. Kane Price takes a snap, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 9-yard line. Started right and then started back left, and then when he started back left, he was met right there by number 9, Caden Golden. By the way, Caden Golden was the quarterback in last week's game against Star City.
Yeah. I think Cox was maybe injured a little bit, I guess.
Maybe so. Second down goal to go for the Ricebirds. Been here before.
Yep.
Wide outs on each side. Sends a man in motion, flips to him.
Good block.
Oh, man, yeah, he's going to get the corner, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Bray Covington Minor.
That's right. And we were giving RBI to Dagan Duncan that time. He blocked 2 Dragons that time and sprung Covington Minor around the corner on the little speed sweep. So that will go as another touchdown pass for Kane Price.
That's right.
It was, how many yards was that, Lynn?
It was 10 yards.
10 yards, all right. 10 yards to Bray Covington Minor. Turned on the speed, beat everybody to the pylon, and the Ricebirds answer back against the Dragons. Dawson McKelvey on for his 5th PAT of the night.
Up and it's good, and the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 35-21. 5 minutes even to go in the third quarter. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM in 30 seconds.
It's time for a road trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, home to the legendary thermal waters giving Hot Springs its name. This unique mountain town features historic bathhouses, hiking trails, biking trails, a 4-story treehouse, roller coasters, a casino, horse races, bathtub races, an interactive science museum, fishing, boating, parades, a bustling downtown, and a peaceful vista overlooking it all. Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's time for a road trip. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. And folks, like I told you, we got ourselves a slobber knocker on our hands here at Mosley Stadium tonight. The Stuttgart Ricebirds back and forth with the DeWitt Dragons. Birds now back up by 2 scores, 35-21. Dawson McKelvey's got it teed up and ready to move up on. He does. He puts his foot into it, and this one's just kind of a knuckleball down central. It's going to be handled at about the 26, and coming to the near side, gets the corner, and the Ricebirds are going to have to chase down number 6 from behind here, and they get him down in Ricebird territory at about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, not really sure why we changed our kickoff there. We've been doing a fantastic job of getting them down right about in between the 30 and 35, maybe. Just tried up something a little different there, and the Dragons were up to the challenge.
Terrell Dale was the return man, number 6 for the Dragons. Good field position now for DeWitt at the Stuttgart 29-yard line. 4:47 to go here, third quarter. Birds up 35-21.
Fantastic field position for the Dragons as they will try to answer.
2 wide outs, balls on the near hash mark. Wide outs on each side. Hand coming to the near side. I believe that is
maybe London. Yeah. Travis London,
number 2.
Yeah, Dagan Duncan on the tackle. He's going to pick up about 3 on that one.
Dagan Duncan was on the stop there on that. Number 11 is checking in that's Ray Fry checking in for the DeWitt Dragons. He'll be lined up wide to the right.
4:18 left in the third quarter, clock rolling.
Also wind up, Travis London will be out there as well. Cox takes a snap right up the middle, and Ricebirds knocks. Hillman hog ties Corey Graham at the 22-yard line. He leans forward to the 21.
Well, it's going to bring up third down and short here. About to gain a 6 for Graham on that one. Third down and then 1.5 yards.
To the 21-yard line.
Third and 1, Dragons.
From the near hash mark, moving from the right to the left, headed north here at Mosley Stadium. Now they re-huddle very quickly, break that. Going to send number 8, Landon Graham, split wide to the right. Got a slot on the right, behind center for the quarterback. Quarterback's just going to keep it and go over the right guard.
Birds are trying to strip the ball.
They are.
Didn't get it, but he's going to pick up a first down. He's going to have about 2 there. Still never heard a whistle. The referees are very nonchalant out there with some of their calls, aren't they?
They really are.
And we have a Riceburg a little slow to get up. Oh, it's Cordero Berry. Looks like he's holding his hamstring. Let's hope it's just a cramp out there.
DeMar McKinney on that last stop for the Ricebirds. First down and 10 for the Dragons from inside the Ricebird red zone at the 19-yard line. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, back to pass, looking, firing out, got a man complete, breaks a tackle, and the Ricebirds converge on him inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be a short gain.
Yeah, he broke the first tackle, but, boy, two more Ricebirds were right there on top of him. Going to be a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at about the 18, Brent, so that is going to be a 1-yard gain. Second down and 9 coming up, 2:46 to go, clock moving, third quarter.
And they are stretching out Cordero Berry's leg, so just
Good
a
deal.
cramp.
Good deal. From the far hash mark, split way out on the near side, is one man. Here comes a speed sweep to the near side. The Ricebirds hit him behind the line of scrimmage, but look at the power as he keeps breaking tackles and going forward and gets it inside the Ricebird 10-yard line, and that's going to set up a first down and goal to go for the Dragons.
10 yards for London on the little speed pitch. First down and goal, at the 8 for the Dragons.
Cordero's going back out there, still limping a little bit on his left leg there. Look at him.
I don't know if I
not
think
sure.
I'd have let him go back out there just yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe wait on the next series.
First down, goal to go for the Dragons from the Ricebird 8-yard line. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation for the quarterback with a back standing behind him. Fakes to him, going to keep it into the line, and the pile's going to push inside the 5. Down to the 4-yard line goes Cox, the quarterback.
Gain of 4 for Cox on that play. 1:48 left here in the third quarter. Ricebirds need to knock them back for like a negative play here.
Or how about a penalty?
Yeah, that would be nice. The last penalty we had shouldn't have been one.
That's exactly right. It basically gave DeWitt a touchdown.
It did.
Here come the Dragons. Quarterback's going to line up behind center. Can't hardly see him when he crouches down. Pitches out to Graham, and Graham gets his legs lifted out from under him. Oh, my goodness.
Keaton Byers.
Oh, my goodness.
There you go. Keaton Byers got in there low. That's what you have to do with Graham. You have to take his legs out from under him. Such a strong runner there. You just cannot grab his shoulder. It's going to be a loss of a yard back to the 5.
Third down and goal to go now for the Dragons. 2 chances here to get it into the end zone.
Yep. This is where
53 seconds to go in the third quarter.
This is where we need to get that first sack on Cox.
Yes.
If he tries to pass it here.
You're exactly right. And keep his receivers covered if that comes down to that. He's lined up behind center. Calling signals. And there is a whistle before the snap.
Timeout Stuttgart.
Timeout Stuttgart. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
Running a business means finding the right people, and that's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. Whether you need full-time, part-time, or seasonal employees, Express has you covered. From office staff to skilled trades, Express matches the right talent to your needs quickly and efficiently. With offices in Stuttgart, Wynne, Helena, and Pine Bluff, they're ready to support your business no matter the size. And if you're looking for a job, Express is here for you too. For more information or to apply, call 870-672-4568 or visit expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, your staffing solution.
Welcome back to Ned Mosley Stadium for Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus and Stuttgart. Petrus Auto Group, Chevrolet and GMC on 19th and Main Street, and out across from Max Prairie Wings, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check them out online. You can see all of their inventory, pictures, prices, specifications, and all. PetrusGM.com or PetrusAutosales.com. They got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Third down, goal to go from the Stuttgart 5. Back to pass, and there's a whistle. And let's see. Ricebirds were offside, so that's going to give the Dragons 2.5 yards. That's going to move it to the 2.5-yard line, and this, look out, it's Corey Graham time.
Yep. Either that or just Cox.
Cox just keeping himself, and they may do that little, as you call it, that little tush push where he just lines up behind center. Ricebirds use one of their 3 second-half timeouts and then come out of it and commit a penalty. Here come the Dragons to the line. Wide outs on each side. Quarterback, again, Cox going to line up behind center. He's got an I formation behind him. Takes, hands to the tailback, Graham. And into the end zone, touchdown DeWitt.
Graham got in over the top. I guess he just must have stuck the ball out there far enough because he didn't run into the end zone. He kind of dove through the pile there. We couldn't see the ball, but he stuck it over. And the Dragons cut the lead to 35-27. How about a missed extra point?
Well,
wouldn't that be nice?
Yep.
Dragons come back on the Ricebirds on the strength of a great kick return that time by the Dragons.
High snap. Doesn't seem to matter, though. He gets it across, and it is good. And the DeWitt Dragons close that Ricebird lead, now back down to 7. Stuttgart 35, DeWitt 28. We're back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Not only is Southland Casino and Resort in West Memphis the largest gaming and entertainment destination in the Mid-South, it's the only casino in the natural state to earn the prestigious AAA 4-diamond rating. The rating recognized Southland for the high degree of hospitality, service, and attention to details it's known for, as well as the luxurious accommodations and amenities offered at the 300-room, 20-story hotel. To learn more, log on to deltabyways.com.
Welcome back to Mosley Stadium, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 35-28. DeWitt set to kick off. Once again, another onside kick attempt, and once again covered by the Ricebirds right at the midfield stripe.
Yep, Bo Barnes again with the good hands right at the 50. Great job by Bo. Falling on that football, the Birds again will have fantastic field position.
And I'm like you, Brent. Why do you keep doing that? Although it was successful on the very first one.
Yeah, I know. It did work one time, but, man, I don't think I do it every time.
Of course, also the other side of that coin is you're keeping it away from your Ricebirds' dangerous
sure.
return
I mean, maybe they have trouble, tackling on the special teams, too.
Yeah, maybe so. Ricebirds will have it first down and 10 at the midfield stripe. From the far hash mark here in the last 26 seconds of the third quarter, they'll be moving from the left to the right on your radio dial, from the north to the south. Here comes the maroon-clad Birds, handoff into the middle, about a yard, and that's going to about do it. I think Jeremiah Thomas on the carry for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, that's it, just a yard. 16 seconds, and I don't think the Ricebirds are going to run another play here.
10, 9, 8, they're huddling back up, so that's just about going to do it. And 5, 4, 3, that's it. Third quarter is in the books. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 35-28. We're back with a fourth quarter action in 1 minute.
Gear up. It's hunting season, and Max Prairie Wings is looking for backup. We're hiring cashiers, sales associates, warehouse associates, customer service, and firearms team members. Be part of the action at America's premier waterfowl outfitter. Apply today in store at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart, Arkansas.
Power plus speed plus exhilaration equals the fabulous English sports car, the Lotus Emira. You want it. You need it. Play this month at Saracen Casino and qualify for the drawing on Saturday, October 25th. Incomparable, captivating, intoxicating. Lotus Emira, the world's best-sounding automobile. It can be yours from Lotus of Nashville and Saracen Casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 35-28. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. Here come the Birds. Second down and 9 from the 49 of the DeWitt Dragons. Kane Price takes the snap, back to pass, plenty of time. Pocket now collapsing. Now he just dumps it out QT, and QT wasn't ready for it, and just kind of a little
with a little bit
desperation.
Short. Yeah, it was.
Throw there.
I think QT is still a little slow moving out there too.
Kane Price kind of favoring one of his hands or wrist there just a little bit as well.
Yeah. QT coming back off now. Bray Covington Minor taking his spot. 3rd down and 9.
From the 49 of the Dragons, Birds need a first down. And a little hard count. There's 5 yards of it right there.
That's a big 5 yards.
That is a big 5 yards.
Yeah, and luckily for us, the hand that Kane I think is holding is his left hand, I believe, the one that he's kind of moving around there.
Right.
So. Yeah, 3rd down and about 4 now.
Turns it into 4-down territory,
yes,
I think.
You're exactly
Brent.
right. Exactly right. It opens up the playbook here to where you maybe could run it, although there's not a running back there right now.
Kane Price in an empty backfield, as Brent mentioned. 2 wide outs to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Calls for the ball, takes a snap, straight back to pass. Now he's going to fire and got a man complete inside the 20. Breaks a tackle at the 15, down to the 12.
Jeremiah Jackson out there found an open spot in that zone along the sideline, and boy, Kane saw him and hit him right on the money. A big gainer there on 3rd down and 4.
Moves the ball deep into red zone of the DeWitt Dragons. 1st down and 10, 11:40 to go. 4th quarter action. Rice Birds lead 35-28. Here come the Birds from the far hash mark here in the 4th quarter, moving from the south to the north. That's from the right to the left on your radio dial. Takes, hands off, Taekwon Hall. Got a little bit of room. Still on his feet all the way down to the 5.
Yeah, he was spun forward.
He was spun forward.
On the tackle for about 2 yards, but a good job of Hall of keeping his legs churning there, and he takes it all the way down just inside the 5.
2nd down and about 2 for the Rice Birds. Ball just inside the 5-yard line of the DeWitt Dragons. Birds to the line. Ball's in the center of the field. Wide outs on each side. Taekwon Hall lined up to the left. Takes it, fires into the end zone, complete. Touchdown, Rice Birds. Caden Sims on the reception.
Caden Sims for 5 yards, his 2nd touchdown of the night. The Rice Birds are back in front by 2 scores. What a nicely executed play that time by Price. Caden Sims from his tight end spot blocked, and then he rolled out toward the pylon, and Kane rolled out to the near side as well, and he hit Sims wide open for the touchdown. Dawson McKelvey on for the PAT.
There's the snap, there's the hole, the kick is up, and it is good, and the Stuttgart Rice Birds regain a 2-score lead over the DeWitt Dragons. They lead it 42-28. We're back with more Stuttgart Rice Bird football in 30 seconds.
We're able to bring you Stuttgart Ricebird football every Friday night thanks to our great sponsors like Arkansas Senator Ronald Caldwell. Senator Caldwell is a strong supporter of high school athletics and believes in its power to develop our young men and women. Senator Caldwell proudly serves District 10, which includes Arkansas, Jackson, Cross, St. Francis, Lee, Monroe, Woodruff, Prairie, Poinsett, and Lone Oak counties. Senator Ronald Caldwell, proud sponsor of Stuttgart Ricebird football.
10:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Stuttgart leads DeWitt 42-28. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. Dawson McKelvey has it teed up for the Rice Birds to kick. Puts his foot into it end over end. And it's going to be taken back at the 15-yard line, back across the 20, 25. Rice Birds special teams converge inside the 30 and bring down the return man. On that return was number 8, Landon Graham for the Dragons.
Yeah, Landon Graham that time had to retreat a little bit further than what he has been, and great coverage by the Rice Birds special teams takes him down at the 27.
Rice Bird defense now wants to dig in and see if they can't get a stop.
Yeah, they do, because every time they've gone up by 2 scores here, the Dragons have answered.
Yep. Here come the Dragons. They're moving from the left to the right. White jerseys with dark blue numbers, gold pants, a little dark blue trim. Quarterback. Pistol formation. Ball's on the ground, and the Rice Birds are on top of him. Of course, he went down to a knee to get the ball, and he was down at that point.
Yep, he did.
Rice Birds land on him. He gets up kind of gingerly there on one of his ankles.
Yep. going to be a loss of 5 on the play. So,
and that's a good TFL for the Rice Birds there.
Absolutely, a big loss on first down there, and it keeps the clock rolling as well. A lot of time left here in the fourth quarter, and we have had a dandy here tonight.
2nd down and 15 coming up for the Dragons. 2 wide outs to the left, which is the wide side of the field. Take, hand off into the line. A little bit of running room, but the hole seals up pretty quick. It gets to the 25.
Yeah. Knox Hillman got an arm there and slowed him down, and Knox is a little slow to get up. He's kind of shaking that shoulder there, but he's going to stay in the game.
Knox, he's playing with a broken bone and has that big club on that one hand.
He's played that way all year.
He has.
Boy, you never know it, would you?
I think when he heals, he needs to keep that club on there.
Absolutely. He's played fantastic.
Knox has played lights out for the Rice Bird. All right, we got 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Big 3rd down and 13. Birds need to stop right here. Back to pass. Cox airing it out. 2 receivers in the area and 4 Rice Bird defenders, including Keaton Byers.
That's right. Number 9 was kind of open there early, and that was Golden. But I think Cox was throwing.
And DeWitt's going to call timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Rice Bird Football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
Get festive with Coker Hampton this October. We've got Halloween gifts, spooky decor, candy for the kids at the CH Candy Bar, and pharmacy essentials to keep your family healthy. Find us at 218 South Main Street in downtown Stuttgart. Call, text, or FaceTime the gift shop at 870-659-0777. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for fall fun.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart for tonight's 8-4A conference matchup between the Stuttgart Rice Birds and the DeWitt Dragons. Right now, the Rice Birds lead 42-28 with 9:17 to go in the fourth quarter. DeWitt facing a 4th and 13 from their own 25-yard line.
And they called a timeout there, so we're not sure if they're going to punt or go for it, but they might think that it's going to be ball game if we give the Rice Birds the ball, no matter where it is.
I think you're probably right. Cox is the quarterback. Shotgun formation. Takes the snap. They're going for it. Airs it out across the middle. Incomplete. And the Rice Birds have held. I don't see a pass interference anywhere.
No, I do not. 2 receivers there for the Dragons in the area, but they didn't really turn around even to look for the pass. And Cox just had to get rid of it again. Threw it short, but didn't really have anybody looking for the ball either. Wow. What a boy! The Rice Birds can really get some separation here.
Oh, yeah.
If they can go down and punch it in.
Rice Birds will have it 1st down and 10 at the DeWitt 25-yard line. Ball is toward the near hash mark. Birds moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north, headed toward that beautiful new Rice Bird Arena. Wide outs on each side, single back standing to the left of Price. Sends a man in motion, flips to him on a little speed sweep coming to the near side, and, boy, he gets hammered out of bounds in the headgear area.
Yeah.
But no call. That was on the carry, I believe, Bray Covington Minor.
Yes, it was. He's going to pick up about 2. He stepped out of bounds here on the near side. Positive yards, but not much for Minor, only 2.
Just about in Dawson McKelvey field goal range, too.
Yes.
But Birds need to be thinking 7.
Absolutely.
Handoff, Jeremiah Thomas. Pyle's going to push forward across the 20 down to about the 18-yard line.
Jeremiah's going to have about 4. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 now for the Birds. 8:50 in the clock rolling here. Rice Birds with a 14-point lead. Boy, this would be a big 1st down to pick up here.
It would be. I sure hope the Birds don't take their foot off the gas.
Right.
Kane Price waiting for the snap. Now stands up, looks to the sideline.
Yeah, hard count, and the Dragons didn't jump that time.
Play clock at 10, plenty of time. Walks back, milking the play clock as well.
We might take a timeout here.
And that's what it's beginning to look like. Going to step away from it and timeout with 1 second on the play clock. Timeout, Stuttgart. Let's take another quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Rice Bird Football on Country 97.3 FM, part of the EAB Sports Network.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production and bushels. Contact your local Case IH and Kubota dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart on an absolutely gorgeous October evening for high school football. Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the DeWitt Dragons 42-28, facing a big 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Ricebirds from the 19-yard line of the DeWitt Dragons. Birds need this 1st down. Kane Price calls for the ball, takes it, rolls to his right. Looks like he got plenty. Oh, he's got a man wide open at the 5, inside the 5, drug down out of bounds. But this is going to bring up a 1st down and goal to go.
And Jeremiah Thomas with a fantastic move. He kind of faked inside, stepped back outside, and the defender stayed inside, and he was wide open, and Kane found him all the way down to the 2. 17-yard reception.
I was about to say, Brent, Kane had all kinds of room in front of him because the angle that we're looking at it, we could see that real well. But he also saw his open receiver down there. Here come the Ricebirds. 1st down and goal to go from the 3-yard line of the DeWitt Dragons. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap. Oh, and he's in trouble now. Now he finds a man complete at the 5, down to the goal line. Did he get in?
They're going to call him down at the 1, but that was a touchdown for the Dragons earlier, I believe.
Yes, it was. That's exactly right.
Tristan Robinson, Kane Price did a fantastic job just to not get sacked there. And then Tristan Robinson made himself available, and he gets it down to the 1.
Boy, Kane just amazes me how he's also able to elude these tackles and so forth. Goodness gracious. A little bit of a Houdini move there. Here come the Ricebirds. Tristan Robinson lined up to the left, and Kane Price is just going to keep this one. Steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Kane Price takes it the final yard.
Yep, Kane Price finds a hole there. He didn't need much room, and he found just enough to make it through that A gap there, and he puts the Ricebirds on the board again. The Ricebirds now have a 3-score lead as their lead now goes to 48-28. 7:25 left.
All right, here come the Ricebirds. Extra point team. Keaton Byers is the holder. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hayden Prine is snapping tonight.
Okay.
I think Bo Barnes, I'm not sure. He may have had a little bit of an injury or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think it's Hayden Prine that is snapping tonight. Keaton Byers, of course, and then Dawson McKelvey drills it through for the Ricebirds. Birds lead now 49-28. 3-touchdown lead over the DeWitt Dragons.
Yeah, I feel a little bit better now. I mean, a 2-touchdown lead just didn't make me feel comfortable tonight with the way the scoring has been going.
And the onside kicks and all that,
absolutely.
you know. And when that old Mo gets swinging around, you know.
All right, so the Ricebirds take advantage of the turnover on downs that the defense forced at the Dragons' 25, and then they take it on into the end zone to add to their lead.
Left foot soccer-style kicker Dawson McKelvey has it teed up, moves up, puts his foot into it right down central, end over end, and this one's going to hit at the 5 and bounce into the end zone, and DeWitt is going to watch it. And and number 2 for the Dragons, Travis London, goes back into the end zone to get it, but once it goes into the end zone, it is dead in high school.
Yep, that is correct. 7:25 left, 49-28. Ricebirds lead, and then I believe I saw QT down there with his arm wrapped, I believe right down here, and his jersey off, so I don't think he's going to be back out there tonight. He took a little stinger there, I believe, on his shoulder.
He did.
Tried to come back in, but just wasn't feeling it, and he's going to get the rest of the night off, but hopefully we won't need him tonight.
It just scares me the way he landed was very similar to the injury last year. Here come the DeWitt Dragons, first down and 10. Look at that old Harvest Moon coming up over there, Brent.
That's nice.
Big orange Harvest Moon. Cox, quarterback, back to pass, looks, airs it out long across the middle, got a man complete. What a catch on there by number 11 for the DeWitt Dragons, Ray Fry.
It was. He went up and got it, didn't he?
He did go up and get it.
It's going to be 24 yards.
Good coverage by the Ricebirds, too. 7:17 to go. That moves the ball out to the DeWitt 44-yard line. First down and 10. Ricebird defense was where they were supposed to be on the last play, but you got to credit Fry for going up and making a great catch. Here come the Dragons, 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation, quarterback Cox back. He's getting some pressure. Chased out of the pocket, now just going to tuck it down and run, and the Ricebirds sling him down out of bounds.
Yeah, he's going to pick up some yards.
He is going to have some positive
he's
yardage.
Have about almost 5 on that one.
Caden Sims out there in coverage, drags him down out of bounds.
8 carries, only 18 yards for Zay Cox, but I tell you what, he has scrambled a lot behind the line of scrimmage.
He's run
today.
150 yards tonight.
He's ran a lot.
Second down, 5 for the Dragons from just shy of their own 49-yard line on the far hash mark, moving from the left to the right. Here come the Dragons. They need points in a hurry. 2 wide outs to the left. Fires to man out of the backfield. I believe that is Graham, and he slides down. Be interesting to see where they set this. They
are setting it back, I believe, where he started his slide.
It should be the 40, because I think they are going to set it there. First one walked up there and put it about the 40, about the 38-yard line. I said, whoa, wait a minute, that's not the way that works. First down and 10 for the Dragons from the Stuttgart 40-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Ricebirds with a 49-28 lead on a beautiful, calm and clear night here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. 2 wide outs to the left, which is the short side of the field. Back to pass, looking, going to air it out long, and the Ricebirds are right there.
They got it.
And the Ricebirds get the pick.
Let's see who that is over there. It's on the far side.
See if I can get the field glasses.
Brylan Hogan again.
There you go.
I think that's number 2 for Hogan tonight. Number 19 on the far side. Fantastic catch by Hogan. He went up over the top of the Dragon receiver and was hit, but boy, he held on to the ball, and the big turnover there by the Ricebird defense. The Dragons' 3rd turnover of the night.
And that's more money for the Ricebird Booster Club. $50 from Konechny Insurance for every Ricebird interception this year. That's a couple of them tonight. Here come the Ricebirds. That Dagan Duncan, let me tell you what, he is fired up out there. This is a game that he has wanted since he's been in high school.
Absolutely. He's playing on both sides of the ball tonight.
Is. The line, a little bit of running room, still going across the 25, pushing out almost to the 30-yard line.
That's Jeremiah Thomas. He's going to have 9 on first down. See Dylan Scobie getting up off the bottom of that pile.
This is where you begin to see the defenders that have been going both ways
that's right.
start to show a little fatigue.
Absolutely, fatigue setting in.
Ricebirds now. Second down and 2 from their own 30-yard line. Snap, handoff, sidesteps one defender, and that's going to do it. We're going to be brought down. Taekwon really probably should have just stayed right up in the middle.
Forward, right?
That's right.
I think so. I think that was Cameron Mitchell in there on the tackle. Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about 3 that time. He would have been better off just getting back to the line of scrimmage maybe and just go ahead and going down, but he was trying to get outside, but the Dragon defenders were right there.
Third down and about 4.5 coming up for the Ricebirds from their own 28-yard line. Even 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Ricebirds with a 49-28 lead over the DeWitt Dragons. Back standing to the left, Price, the quarterback. Price takes a snap, rolling to his left, fires, got a man wide open at the 42 and sidesteps a defender at midfield. 45-40, and drag him down inside the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line on the reception. Jeremiah Jackson.
Jeremiah Jackson is having a big game tonight, and now he's going to limp off, come off limping off. We hope that's just a cramp. But boy, what a move he made then when he catch. When he caught the ball, it looked like he was going to run out of bounds. But boy, he planted that left foot, cut back inside, and got about another 15 yards out of it. Big play.
Oh man, Jeremiah! Oh my goodness, that's Mr. Jackson if you're nasty. 2 wide outs to the right, single back standing to the left to Price, the quarterback. That's Taekwon. He gets it. Starts right now, cuts back left, trying to get the corner across the 20 and slung down out of bounds by Corey Graham.
Yep. A nice run there by Hall. He's going to have 12 in the first down.
Moves the ball down to the DeWitt 18-yard line. Lots of hands on the hips for the Dragons.
Yep.
4:05 to go. Clock stops as the play went out of bounds.
And that's another Stuttgart Riceburg.
Looking at those that Ricebird line out there. Big Trey McKinney right here on the end, number 64. Empty backfield. Couple of wide outs to the left. Sends Taekwon in motion. Fakes to him. Now back to pass. Airing it out towards the end zone and hits the defender on the helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
He never turned around, but and there was a little contact.
Yeah.
But the ball was just a little short of where it needed to be. And that's going to bring up.
We have second down 10, 3:46 here. The Ricebirds are trying to put one more score on the board here to put the nail in the coffin if they can.
Lined up to the left of the quarterback is number 11, Jeremiah Thomas. 2 wide outs to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Hands to Thomas. Thomas starts right, now cuts back left, getting the corner, 15-10. He's got a first down, steps out of bounds at about the 6. And the Ricebirds will move the sticks. First down, goal to go.
12 yards for Jeremiah Thomas. And boy, he had that ball wrapped up good that time. 2 hands over the top of it, and he was not going to let the Dragons strip the ball away from him. And a nice first down. The Ricebirds are inside the 10 here with 3:38 left in the ball game.
Ricebirds up 49-28. Here come the Birds from the near hash mark. Thomas lined up to the right of the quarterback. Kane Price takes the snap. Fakes, just going to keep it himself. Sidesteps one defender at the line of scrimmage into the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Kane Price takes it to balance. 8 yards, and the Birds stretch their lead.
Kane's second rushing touchdown of the night. This one goes for 8 yards right up the middle. And the Ricebirds are piling it on here now, 55-28. Boy, once the Ricebirds got that turnover on downs there, they really turned it on. And like you mentioned earlier, Lynn, a lot of Dragon players going both ways there,
yep.
And then you get that 3 touchdown lead on them, and boy, fatigue has really set in, and the Ricebirds appear to be on cruise control now with 3:33 left.
All right, and the Ricebirds getting set now and having to back up for the extra point attempt. Not sure what's going on there.
Yes, there was a penalty. I didn't see just a 5-yard penalty though, but I did not see a signal.
Hayden Prine is the deep snapper. Good coverage, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is perfect. Dawson McKelvey perfect on the night. The Ricebirds stretch their lead 56-28. Birds have doubled up the DeWitt Dragons here tonight. It was a slobber knocker through the third quarter there as they back and forth, but the Ricebirds now with 3 unanswered, all here in the fourth quarter, and they've taken a 35-28 lead out to a 56-28 lead.
The Birds pushed it up to 21-7, and then the Dragons brought it back to 21-14. The Birds take it out to 28-14. The Dragons cut it back to 28-21. The Birds go up again by 14, and then the Dragons cut it back to 7 at 35-28. But that's where the scoring is stopped for the Dragons. As the Ricebird defense has come up with some big stops here, and the offense has not taken the foot off the gas yet.
And although it may not have happened as quick as Coach Price wanted, it has kind of worked to his plan. Boy, beautiful end-over-end kick. This one also going to hit and go into the end zone for a touchback. But he wanted to get a lead where he could take them out of their game, which is the ground and pound.
Right.
Get them doing what they're not comfortable with.
Right. That's right. He was wanting to do that, I think, by halftime maybe. But, but it took to the fourth quarter here tonight. But the Rice Birds are leaving no doubt here tonight against the Dragon.
Good to see Cordero Berry back out there.
Yep, absolutely.
Mentioned some of these other guys there. Carmelo Minner, Michael Thomas out there on the line for the Rice Birds.
See if I can get an update on that big matchup down there in Hamburg.
Jordan Miner on a D-back position here on the near side.
And it looks like it's 53-40. Hamburg leads, but that's still, I believe, late in the third quarter. So a lot of ball game left.
A lot of game left there. You're exactly right, Brent. Handoff over the left side.
It's number 16.
16.
Yep.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
it's Kane Fisher.
Kane Fisher, and Kane got his first career touchdown last week in the first half against Star City.
He's going to pick up about 3 on the play. Corey Graham, I believe, is finally going to take a break. He's been playing it both ways all night. He's played well. He has 123 yards on the night. Well, he might still be out there now.
Clock rolls to 3 minutes to go in this one. Wide outs on each side. Ball's on the far hash mark. Handoff in the middle. And, boy, and the Rice Birds have that center jammed up. Look at them stretch it out. Now we got a penalty marker coming in late. And that's probably going to be something in the neighborhood of a face mask.
Yeah, that could be.
We'll see what the call is. It is going to be against the Rice Birds. And it's going to be of the personal foul variety.
Yeah.
So that's going to negate a really good defensive play on the line there, Brent. Brings it all the way out now to the almost 38-yard line.
Yeah, it was. You know, that pile there just kind of kept moving to the side, and then somebody's hand just got in the face mask there.
Fresh set of downs for the DeWitt Dragons. 2.5 minutes to go. Fourth quarter. Cordero Berry coming back out. Cox being chased. Boy, he is really being chased. Caden Sims has him, but he flings it at the last second.
That's got to be pass.
That has got to be pass interference. Intentional grounding.
Yes, intentional grounding.
Has got to be. They have not called a very good game tonight. I hate to jump on officials' back, but they're not going to call that either. It doesn't look like so.
Wow.
But that's okay. 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go in this one.
Wow.
And the unfortunate things that have happened to the Rice Birds, fortunately, have not cost them the game here tonight.
All right, it looks like maybe a timeout DeWitt here.
Second down 10 coming up after that incompletion, and it looks like the Rice Birds may be going to make some substitutions here as well. I know Coach Price doesn't want to take his foot off the gas completely just yet.
Yeah.
Some of the Birds looking at out there in the huddle. Ethan Board, number 15. 17, Caden Sims. Number 1, Damari McKinney. 19, Brent. 19, Brylan Hogan. 44, Knox Hillman. 24 out there for the Birds. Keelan Owens.
Bring up second down and 10. Should probably be about second down and about 18 here, but.
Yeah. Caleb Anderson, number 28 out there too. Excuse me, Brent.
Right, here we go.
Second down 10 coming up now for the DeWitt Dragons. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Single back standing to the right of the quarterback. No, it's going to be a direct snap to Corey Graham. And the Rice Birds have him. How about that tackle?
Carmelo Minner.
Oh, Carmelo. He took out some frustration on that one.
He did. He wrapped up Graham and slung him back there. It's going to be a loss on the play of 2.
Said, come on, big boy.
Wow.
Knox him was first one there to congratulate him, too.
That's right. All right. And the clock keeps rolling. We're just under 2 minutes here.
Third down and 10 now for the DeWitt Dragons from their own 38-yard line from the near hash mark, moving from the left to the right here in the final quarter of action under a big harvest moon here at Mosley Stadium. Back to pass. Now you've got number 9 in there. He was the quarterback last week.
Yeah, that's Golden. He's going to pick up a couple, about 3 yards, but not much. Going to bring up 4th down now. Fourth down and about 6 now for the Dragons.
Keelan Owens checks out for the Rice Birds. Number 22 checking in. That's Ross Brown.
And he's checking in for Carmelo Minner. Had that big stop on 3rd down. Dragons are just going to let the play clock run down and call timeout. I believe it's under 10 now.
Coach Price, want to mention, honors the players of the game. His players of the game, offense, defense, and special teams every Tuesday at the Stuttgart Ricebird Touchdown Club. That is part of the Stuttgart Rotary Club's a weekly meeting on Tuesdays. He brings them, and of course the Rotary Club feeds them, and Coach Price gets up and gives a little talk about each one of them. They get recognized, and just really a great thing after every Ricebird win.
Yep.
Boy, there's a little rah-rah in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know who is going to give the players of the game to this week, but boy, I got a candidate for offensive players of the game. Jeremiah Jackson had a big game. He has he has 1 touchdown and 102 yards receiving, and boy, he has made some big catches tonight for the Birds.
Stands begin to empty out on the far side over there. DeWitt fans making their ways to the exit, to the parking lot. 4th down coming up and 7 for the Dragons from their own 40-yard line, and it looks like they are going to punt. Can't tell who the Ricebirds have back.
Might be Covington Minor, maybe.
And another bad kick.
Yeah, it's not going to matter who's back.
It's not.
It was Bray Covington Minor.
Go out of bounds at the 43-yard line of the Ricebirds.
And Ricebirds will just have to take a knee
here. And that should do it.
That should put it in the book. So the scoreboard is not going to be indicative, I think, of how this game was for 3 quarters, because it was a close game for at least 3 full quarters, and then the Ricebirds come up with a big couple stops on defense.
And again, it goes back. I mean, you've got Ricebirds that aren't playing both ways. You got Dragons that are. To me, that just it makes a difference.
It
now,
does.
Still emotion and momentum and those things count as well.
Yeah.
Dragons getting some fresh jerseys in there as well. See number 65, Brody Bivens, coming in. Number 16 out there, Kane Fisher. Of course, we've seen him some on offense tonight. He's on
going to
defense.
give it to Jeremiah Thomas. He's going to pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, he's going to get a couple more than that. He gets out all the way to midfield. Finally brought down by number 17. That's Noah Fisher. He's going to
pick
for the DeWitt Dragons.
We're going to give him 8 for Jeremiah Thomas.
Birds won't have to snap it again. This ball game is over. We've got 24 seconds to go and 30 seconds on the play clock. Ricebirds are lining up at the midfield stripe as they get set to go out and greet the DeWitt Dragons and wish them a great game. And it was a good game. It was a good football game, exciting football game, and there are some fireworks to end it up. Ray Gilbert firing the fireworks in the south end zone. Fireworks tonight sponsored by Tropical Smoothie Cafe, located on 22nd and Main Street, right next to the True Hilton Hotel. Stuttgart Ricebirds are meeting the DeWitt Dragons at the midfield stripe. It's been a good one here tonight. The Stuttgart Ricebirds come out on top, 56-28. We've got the Blue Seal Petroleum post-game show coming up. Brent will have our final end of the game stats, and we'll put a cap on this one as we get set now to continue conference play next Friday night in Monticello. We'll be back with the Blue Seal Petroleum post-game show in 3 minutes.